and listen to us talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I sure was like, I'm not starting stream until I finish watching this video. Sorry guys, late on purpose. I guess not on purpose, but like I didn't make any effort to be less late than I was, so. Hey browser, I wish I could see chat. Thanks. Now I can see chat.
Oh, it seems like they want to like not quite live service it, but like
Yeah, which honestly that's good because I was like God, do I it's not really a question of whether or not I have room for another live service game in my life, because I will make room for the Remedy team, but I'm like, God, Remedy. But it seems like they're looking at, like... Alright, Sam, what you got for us this time? We're gonna find out. It sounds like they're looking at more, like, giving you chunks of game at a time. Like, the first mission seems to be just, like, a full, whole-ass game level, and then later they're gonna... It's just gonna be like that, instead of it being like, alright, guys, every week, new, small, dumb thing to do, log in every day. It doesn't really seem like their intention is to make me log into Firebreak every day.
Yeah, no, it feels more like expansions, essentially, like almost like MMO expansions.
Well, one of the first things they said about it was they're like, we want to make this as accessible as possible for everybody. So I assume that that means they're like, no, just play the game, and then when you're done with the content, you can wait until the next content comes out.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Is this gonna be our fucking regular, like...
Bitch, I hope so.
Alright, everyone. Firebreak update came out.
New job in Firebreak, guys. Time to go fucking fight the mold. Time to defeat the mannequins. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
We just
Hello, K Avalon. Thank you for the sub.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the sub, K Avalon. We just finished watching the new Firebreak update, so that's what we're going to be talking about probably for a while, so sorry about that.
Very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff.
We're going to watch Sam Lake's son, Tim Quantum Break, while we talk about...
I'm down for this fucking silly-ass shooter.
Oh, God, yeah.
Weird-ass shooter. Wacky-ass shooter.
This mission description just says Sam Lake. Jesus. It's just Quantum Break. It's just all of Quantum Break again, except you're the Firebreak guys.
Thank you.
There you go. Get ready for your jank audio experience. Because I have no... I can't even begin to imagine
who knows
what is going on with the internal workings of this game, that they're like, that Discord is like, I only have access to one audio line, and it's not the main one. It's like, okay, well, I don't think I could do anything with that. Sam Lake himself shows up as the final boss. It's like a fake out where Sam Lake shows up as the final boss, but then you actually just have to fight Tim Breaker. Which, like, honestly... Even as the Firebreak guys, I don't think I want to fight Tim Breaker.
No, I don't want to fight Tim Breaker.
Because Tim Breaker, like, power scaling I think is difficult to gauge amongst Remedy games because everything's so loose. But I do think Tim Breaker could fuck up Jesse's life at least a little bit if he doesn't win.
Did you find anything?
Oh yeah, no, these two feel on par with each other.
Yeah, they're definitely like similar, like on the power scale, but like not Beth, but like Jesse. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think. Like I don't think Jesse has like the fight in the bag if these two go to war with each other.
Hey.
Alright, I've already read all of these, so I'm just gonna activate them real fast.
Okay, but first, you need to check out the intel I uncovered.
We already did. I know.
Should probably see how Dr. Emerald's
I'm just gonna talk to you real fast. Turn on all the things.
I uploaded all the files I stole on that
Hello, I'm going to stab you with my time knife. Yes.
Also
that's it, the final boss. The final boss of, like, job 3 of Control is the time knife.
Everything else I printed out and put on tables over there.
We already did all this, so I'm just gonna activate them because I want the game to register that I've looked at them.
Monarch files I uploaded, and I kept the juiciest stuff on screen for you.
I'm sure you did. Look at this.
Serene's original manifesto
Sure
for
that
Monarch.
Jack says the thing he's supposed to say.
They had us practically memorize this.
He actually believes he's doing the right thing.
He does.
It's because he doesn't think the fracture can
He
be
sure
stopped.
does.
He super does.
And
He like
wrong.
he like 100% is like, I'm saving the world, which like honestly he may
Yep.
not be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, according to Monarch Communications, Paul Serene just activated that thing.
Oh,
Far sooner than they were supposed to.
I upset this paper.
What does that mean?
Sorry, man.
Oh no,
Means
Can
we
I
have less
physics you
time
back
than
into
hoped.
place? No. Okay.
I don't think so. I think that
Sorry.
paper is now
Yeah.
out physics the game.
Okay. That paper is escaping containment,
here we
but you
can
know what?
trust?
That's okay.
Fiona.
Oh.
She's my only remaining contact on the
supposed to
Oh,
be
it's
something here.
god. Oh, it's fucking.
Yeah,
Oh no.
I think there's
it's
supposed to be
duplicating.
tables
He's
here.
under arrest
It's
in the same
probably
transport
because I
team.
just ran over here and didn't let the game
Jury's
engage
still
with
out
itself.
of work.
Yeah.
So there's probably stuff over here that's supposed to be loaded in that isn't, but I was just like, boop, boop. I won't even let the scene play out. I'm just gonna come over here. Boop, boop, I don't have time for tables to load, so, you know. Play this. How you doing, man?
The date is. It's February 28th,
Jesus, Will.
1999. William Joyce.
1999.
After months
First experiment.
of arduous work, my machine is finally ready for human testing. Ready is defined by me, since ready is obviously a relative term when you're dealing with the deformation of the chronon field and recreating of black holes' mass density by tangent. Okay, in short summary, I built a time machine and it works. I'm gonna prove it or die. Okay, just need to make some final preparations. When I enter the machine, I will travel clockwise around the corridor. Okay. Core is
Yeah, and then
active.
he's gonna get his shit punched.
Chronon levels
Yep.
are stable. Travel clockwise around the corridor, exiting back into the same location in the near future. Oh. This clock is set to my watch. Now, when I exit the machine, there should be a significant difference in time between my watch and the clock in this room. Corridor is locked in place. Okay, setting the date to 5 minutes to the future for the first test. Now, admittedly, traveling to the past would be much more impressive, but I can't travel backwards in time, only as far as the first activation of the machine's core, which is, well, now. Okay,
I wonder how he figured that out.
machine's ready.
Oh, I guess with the mouse.
Monitor is stable.
Yeah, the mouse and probably mathematics, I would
What
assume.
I'm about to do.
Time.
Like we said last time, it really makes sense when you think about it. That
Yeah.
you could not be able to.
Yeah, if the concept.
Oh
if-
yeah, you get
Yeah.
shot. Yeah, there it is.
It is. Get fucked, William. Alright, get fucked, man.
You should have known, William. You should have known that the second you made a time machine, someone's gonna fucking come through.
Yeah, like punished you
Does it
with
say
an
still
eye
hunting
patch
for
is
me?
gonna come through
Yeah,
and
yeah.
In full
throw,
force.
like immediately throw you off
There's an
the
entire
off of the nearest
webpage
cliff.
dedicated to potential Jack
Yeah.
Joy sightings.
I already spoke.
Who have been filling it in with
Bye.
false leads for fun. Do you want to pitch in?
Nope.
Posted I was spotted in the back of a catering van somewhere.
You can do better than that. But okay, I'll let them know.
Oh right. There's the fucking giraffe is in there.
No
Let me
use
go over
going there before talking to Dr.
Giraffe. I get that giraffe. But not before I run around this whole area just to see if there's anything to find, because I don't respect what the game tells me to do.
Like legit, first thing I would do when I'm about to fucking
Oh,
activate. Oh, I see.
found something. See, it was worth it. I say like anyone
was
was
worth it.
arguing with me.
Jack. Hi, it's Will. I guess you're in Thailand by now. I'm not sure if you even still use his number. I don't like how he left things. I've been under a lot of pressure. There's some things I should tell you. I'd like to make it right. Just call me, okay?
Oh,
Please.
that's nice.
So there was a attempt.
Yeah. Oh god, I thought I was collecting something.
It's
All right,
Will.
goodbye, Ghost Will. I gotta
I
go.
guess you're in Thailand.
I don't have time for your email.
I'm not sure
Your
if you can still use it.
it's over here.
I don't like how we left things.
Can I get to that? Oh Jesus.
Been on some
You
dates.
eat that, right?
I'd like to eat it,
There's some
but it's so far away from me.
I'd like to
Oh wait, no, Jack has ups.
just
You can jump.
Maybe. Can I? Release me. Release me from my upless
Oh, can
prison.
you not jump because the guy is talking?
Oh, that might be the case. It might be because the guy is talking. I'm in an upless prison. Oh, nope, there's my ups.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Come
Can
on.
I just not up this?
What?
Is this unuppable?
Can you not? Oh, that's fucking bullshit.
That is bullshit. I want this.
Oh.
I'm up.
Oh.
Yeah!
Had to go for those chairless steps.
Then thought you could trick me, game. It didn't try to trick me. It was just like I'm gonna be. It was just like I'm going to do a slightly annoying thing.
We were tricked with very mundane architecture.
They took away They took away my ability to jump right in that area, and I was like, "Why would you do this to me? I'm powerless. My ups." Hello, Beth. Oh, that's not the talk button. That's the assassin
I
vision.
think if you're gonna activate your time
he
machine,
arrived
you
in the
should have
past.
like one of those like
How's that
bulletproof
possible?
glass walls
It wasn't
between
even
you
the same
and the
time machine he
machine,
entered
Mhm.
university.
just
Yeah.
to like
One
stop whoever
question I
comes
still
out.
don't have an answer for.
Oh yeah, so Jack, for reasons that we do not know because they don't tell us, has just been
Yeah.
traveling the world, question mark? Where he has
Yeah.
at least gained heavy arms training. In at least one
Yep.
of the places he's gone to. And at first
It's
I
like it was like
thought-
heavy arms training and like fucking hand-to-hand combat
Yeah.
and shit. Like you got a lot
I think
of
he got like
violence
arrested
training.
somewhere. Like
Yeah, sure
he's
has.
he's been like around.
Multiple times.
And at first, when they were like, "Oh, he just travels a lot and he's really hard to get a hold of," I was like, "Oh, he's like some kind of like journalist or something, right? Going into like seedy places."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "No, heavy arms training in Laos." I'm like, "What, Jack?"
The fuck?
William was here for God knows how long, and he just left this fucking beach, this fucking ball.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Listen, he needs enrichment like everybody
I
else.
guess so. Even William needs a pumpkin full of ground beef thrown into his swimming pool every once in a while.
How's it look?
The problem is quite simple, really. The power relay is down. You'll need to find a way to reset it up. There, where the light is. I'll lower the ladder for you. What happened to the power relay? A power surge occurred at 7 a.m. this morning, when the machine was activated.
7 a.m. this morning.
That's hours before we even got here. Well, the numbers don't lie.
Okay, I guess I'm doing some climbing.
7 a.m.
Sure.
Who was using the
Saves
like
me from
duct tape
volunteering.
machine at 7 a.m.?
Yeah, right? Wait, hold on. Wasn't that also sort of when you arrived at the museum? 7 a.m.? Or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday, because it
That
is
was
now,
yesterday.
We are now on day 2 of Jack's Wild
Yeah,
Ride.
okay, yeah.
So the only people who would have come through this place and like who want to use a time machine would be Monarch, but they don't like it
But
wasn't
they don't know this is
Paul.
here, yeah.
Yeah, they don't know this is here on top of that. Hello, can I interact with you?
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh.
What
Oh
is
hey
it?
Beth. She turned on the light and I was
This
like,
is my
what?
stuff from our
Fucking
family
Christ. Scared the shit out of me.
Kept everything.
Oh, this is just like their house, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Guess you thought you might come back.
You seem to have something to say.
My artsy rebel phase.
Complete with a very rebellious how-to guide. I always wanted to try this, actually. Never had the time.
Learning to spray paint?
Guess so.
This book, Beth.
Wait, hold on. Is that fucking foreshadowing? Well, hold on. Because we had spray paint on the walls of like.
Yeah, and all of the
fucking Paul and
portraits are
shit.
like really weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Beth, are you traveling
that
through
fucking-
time to do Time Rebel spray paint murals?
You better not be foreshadowing me right now, young lady. I swear to
Right?
fucking God.
Pulse of the Street. Okay, so this looks like, based on the thickness of it and the name, that this is some kind of like a collection of like notable street pieces.
Yeah, notable
Yeah,
street artists,
it's
and
like
then probably
like a
tips and
Yeah.
advice.
like interviews and collections of like the history of and stuff like that. That's neat.
Yeah.
Nice. Beth, if you're gonna run around and do weird dystopian rebel spray paint pictures in the future, you have to tell me.
Yeah, you have to tell me that's the rule.
That's the rule. Alright. This is
Is
what we
that-
came here for.
Yep.
By
Will's
Claude Francis.
personal psychiatrist. Want to give it a try?
I think that giraffe's holding enough baggage.
This giraffe has seen some shit.
Yeah.
Jack,
Oh my god.
you okay?
William looks haunted.
Oh my God. That's so weird. That's wow.
This picture is so fucking funny because William looks fucking haunted.
He looks. Holy shit! This man has problems
This is-
already.
This is Jack before he went feral, and William was
Yeah.
apparently born feral because he's
Yeah.
haunted even now. I like that this particular section is completely off to the side. I don't think you have to come over here.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it.
Oh,
It's my
okay.
signature.
It is you.
You made this?
I've never even been here before.
That woman in the picture is you, isn't it? So,
Jack, there's something you should know. 1999. I was 8 years old, playing in my backyard, and a woman approached me, told me she was from the future. She gave me very specific
just told
details
yourself
of
that?
events that
Oh.
would come to pass.
Did you just fucking tell so?
Okay, so
She gave me
she
this.
isn't a time traveler.
Filled with dates, events, proof of it all.
But
like-
like,
Jack, that
how did
It was
she go?
you.
Oh wow! So you can go past the
Everything
first
I told
activation
myself
of
would
like
happen.
Well, no, because 1999 is
Every
the
detail,
activation.
for better or worse, came to pass.
You're
It
right.
couldn't be
Oh my
changed.
god.
So
yeah,
she
yeah.
went
Our
all
fate
the way
was
back
laid
to
out
the
before
very
us,
first
Jack.
activation to
Everything
find
that happened
herself
to
to
get us
make
here,
sure
every
that she would be
sacrifice
able
that was
to deal
made.
with whatever was happening
They're all a part of this path.
later.
They can't be
Oh,
changed
man.
or undone.
So Beth
Beth,
is and
when we
isn't a
step on
time
that time
traveler.
machine, you
Because
will
our
see
Yeah,
Beth,
yeah.
our Beth isn't a time traveler yet, but she
Yet.
will be.
She will be.
Okay.
if you're that sure about how all this works,
So
let me
that
tell you.
explains a lot, actually, about
Sorry.
Beth's,
Yes.
like, why
She's
she
the one who's
knows
been paying all
things,
of
even
this.
though she
Yeah.
like it explains why she doesn't know the things she does, because she always seems
Yeah.
like she seems to be aware of how events will play out, but at the same time she's like, I've never met your brother, I've never been
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
But it's like, girl, how do you know what Monarch is up to if you've never even been over here? Like, what's
Mhm.
going on here? And it is because she only kind of knows stuff. She knows the events that will
Yeah.
show up in like a chronological sense, but she hasn't lived them, so
Mhm.
she doesn't know who these people are.
notebook was full of dates, events that would come to pass, instructions.
And then punched
Her
Will.
entire
Yeah, I
existence
guess
was
so.
formed out of those pages.
I mean, Will seems to have that going around, honestly. A lot of people are time traveling very specifically to punch Will directly in the dick. So I'm not saying he deserves it, because I really do. I think of everyone here, he is the least deserving of being punched in the dick.
Yeah, no.
But that seems to be everyone's primary objective.
As a person,
Will.
he's the least deserving, but as far as what he did technically
He
fuck
did
it up
create
for
time
everybody
travel.
else.
Yeah, he is the one who made the time machine, which means anyone who has any vested interest in the time machine at all is coming directly for his dick. So, like, he turned on that time machine and it put, like, a heat-seeking missile target directly on his dick, and now everyone's coming to punch him, dude. The will punching is a fixed point in time. Yeah, honestly. Okay. Beth's notebook. Beth, I know that this encounter will be a lot to take in. After all, imagine being 8 and a random woman who's like, I'm from the future, and I'm giving you this notebook. Keep it forever. And, like, what do you do? I know this encounter will be a lot to take in. After all, it's not every day you meet your future self. That is interesting, though, because that means that this universe does not give a fuck about... Well, I mean, it told us that from the very start, that this universe does not give a fuck about you meeting yourself. Which is usually, like, a massive point in time travel stuff. But I guess if it's, like, a closed loop, it really, literally doesn't matter if you meet yourself or not.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really create a paradox, because, like, no matter what, everything's gonna happen the way it should. Like, regardless.
You will be pushed in a direction anyway, yeah.
8 in 1999, so it's canonically, like, in-game it is 2016. So if she was 8 in 1999, she's... I can't do basic math. Like, 25? Or not 25. Yeah, like somewhere in 24, 25. So, like, that's like a reasonable age, I think.
Yeah, it's reasonable, yeah.
That's a reasonable age for her to be like, have a job. Like, she'd be like...
Yeah, oh yeah.
Not even, like, to be like, oh, she has to... Because, like, what is she? Is she a researcher?
She's like a security person.
Yeah, so she's, like, not even, like, someone who would have had to go to college to get her position. She's literally just, like, a goon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yogans that is should be traveling the world, not time. Well...
In 25 and you didn't go to Laos to fucking get heavy weapons training? What the fuck are you doing with your youth, man?
What are you even doing?
Wasted away.
I tell you what you need to keep... I tell you that you need to keep this all a secret, but I know you won't listen. You'll learn that lesson the hard way. I mean, she's 8. If she wanders up to people and are like, oh, someone came up to me, I met myself from the future, they're gonna be like, okay.
Yeah.
The next 2 years won't be easy for you. Nobody you know is ever going to understand what you're going through. Those closest to you will try to change you, convince you that you're losing your mind. You're not. You are special. You have been chosen to... She sounds like she's talking to Will, dude.
Yeah.
You've been chosen to do something amazing. Know that your struggles will be worth it in the end. She, like, made herself the anime chosen one, dude.
She sure did.
I know that your struggles will be worth it. Know that your struggles will be worth it in the end because you have a purpose. You're going to save the world. How do I know? I've been through this all before, and I'm going to prove it. Below, you will find a list of events that will come to pass in the future. They cannot be changed or undone. It will take time for you to accept this, but eventually you will learn to use this knowledge to your advantage. You will be prepared for what is coming. October 3rd, 2000, Derek Stevenson's has been bullying you for months. On October 3rd, you will push him down the staircase at school. You'll do everything in your power to resist this, partly to avoid the consequences, partly to prove this book wrong. But the terrible things he will say in that moment will be too much for you to handle. He'll pretend to cry, claim that you gave him a concussion, and you'll take all the blame. This will be you will be transferred to another school. You'll hope things will get better. They won't. It's going to be a difficult year. Whenever you feel helpless, just remember this book. You are special. You have a purpose, and they don't. Hold on to the Jesus. Hold on.
Damn.
And if it makes you feel better, 16 years from now, Derek will be working at a dollar store. He still lives with his mom. Okay. Eat shit, Derek, I guess. December 3rd, December 3rd, 2000, Mr. Hartsick from next door will pass away. February 3rd, 2001, the kids at school will steal your jacket. Your parents will claim that you're hiding it on purpose so that they will buy you a new one. Look in the bin on the corner of 3rd and Main. You'll find something that will get you through the winter. You'll be teased for wearing it by Michelle. You'll fight back, but it will only make things worse. Eventually, when you are able to contain your anger, take her aside and say the following to her. I'm sorry about your mom. Then give her a hug. She will push you away. She will look incredibly confused, vulnerable, and she will never tease you again. Beth? Question mark? April 24th, 2001. Erica, your best friend, will break your arm. Having read this, you will do everything in your power to prevent this. The actions you take to avoid this from happening will only make it so. This is the first time you'll truly witness that your fate is already determined and cannot be changed. Erica will blame you for the incident. Try not to take this to heart. You will soon discover that she isn't the friend you thought she was. Stay strong. You will find people who respect you for who you are very soon. August 5th, 2001. You will take the night bus home. There will be only one other passenger, a scruffy-looking kid with a black eye. His name is Jack Joyce. Remember his face. He's going to become important down the line. Okay. So, I mean, am I surprised to learn that Jack is fighting as like a teenager? No.
Like a teenager? No.
Am I surprised that he was born feral? No. September 11th, 2001. This is the one that will change you. An event will occur that devastates the entire nation. An act of terrorism will cause the World Trade Center to collapse. Thousands will die. I won't go into further detail because the more you know, the more painful it will become. But when you are unable, it will become when you are unable to prevent it, and you will try to prevent it. You will fail. You will curse this book for not telling you more. You will curse yourself for not being able to stop it. It will take a long time to get over this, but eventually you will use this pain to fuel your path forward. You've now felt what it is like to be completely unprepared for what's coming. It won't happen again. Next time you will be ready. This is the event that will fully make you believe any doubt you had will disappear. You're ready to take on this mission. So what is coming? This entry, like, I get why it's in here, but it also just made me think of that one guy who was like, turning red does not address 9/11. There was like a cartoon movie reviewer who was like who was like one of his major sticking points with turning red was that it didn't address 9/11 despite taking place when 9/11 would have happened, and I'm like, and everyone was like,
that's so funny.
Dog, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, those are things that will happen. They will all suck. Oh yeah, Beth is in for it, dude. October 8th, 2016. This is literally yesterday. An experiment gone wrong will cause time to break down. This event will be referred to as the fracture in time. I like that we went from, like, mundane-ass shit and terrorism to time will stop.
Yep.
The onset of this event will be prevented, but the outcome, the onset of this event cannot be prevented, but the outcome must be. If the fracture is not stopped, then time itself will come to an end. Life on our planet will end. Saving the world wasn't an overstatement. It is your mission. You must stop the fracture. Okay, so I had a thought just now. Paul's Serene, like, Paul's thing, like, we know that stuff is going to happen no matter what, right?
Yeah.
And Paul's deal is that he wants to stop the end that he saw, which is time coming to a complete halt.
Yeah.
But everyone seems to think that they can, like, do something about it, even though we know that you can't stop things that are going to happen. So time is going to stop. So this makes me wonder if it's not so much that time stops and never starts back up again and that's the end of the world, or if it's just that the time machine can't move past that stoppage. So even if time does start back up after the fact, there's, like, no way to get to that point.
Yeah, you have
Like-
access to the loop in between the time machine activations and stuff like that. That's all you got. Yeah.
If it's like literally, if like time even stops for only an hour, and the time machine can't go past that hour, so just like nobody knows what the fuck goes on after that.
Yeah. And it makes so much sense to honestly, like Paul's plan makes sense
Yeah.
because it's like if you do consider time to be a loop that you cannot escape, right? Like your destiny is preordained, then the only thing that you can change is after time is broken. Because then you are not chained by destiny anymore. You're
Yeah.
in the fuck zone. So it makes sense. Like his plan makes sense. It's a fucked up plan, but also it's a fucked up situation. So it kind of makes sense. I
And
get it.
Also, the time machine is its own limitation, right? Like you can't go back
Yeah.
further than the first time the time machine was activated. So it makes sense that you also can't go forward farther than the time machine works in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess, oh my god. So I guess if at any point in the future all of the time machines are broken, then you essentially create the end of the time machine loop.
Yeah. And there's no telling what happens after that because you
Yeah.
can't see it. It could be anything.
You can't see it, yeah. Unless, there's like other time
Right,
machine
unless
that's
there's like
built
a
after
new
that.
time machine, but then that time machine can only go back that far.
Yeah, so you would have essentially a blind spot of like
Yeah, like
however
where nobody
long it took.
knows.
Yeah.
Where there's like
I really like this
like,
cosmology
yeah.
with time shit. It's good. I
like
like
there
it.
could just be like a huge blank spot of like an hour to years where like no time machine from the past or future can access it. It's just like this like massive
And I guess
chunk.
now that I think about it, it's probably where the hope for Beth and like this tiny group is that technically time is already breaking.
Yeah.
So there might be already wiggle room to like do shit that you were not preordained to do.
Yeah,
Right
well,
here,
because,
right now.
They've even like the breakdown of time is is happening much faster than they thought it would. With all of like Paul's knowledge and all of his like awareness of what's going on, Paul was like, we should have years, but they're like, no, this is happening literally right now.
Yeah, because I guess now that the quantum breaking has started, there is literally no way of predicting anything. It's just whatever happens.
Yeah, we're just like fucking hoping now. We've entered the hope zone.
I like it.
You can pull this off, but to do so, you need to follow some simple instructions. Learn who to trust. Short answer, nobody. The less people who know about this, the safer you will be. I mean, from this point forward, your mission takes priority over every other aspect of your life. Do not start relationships of any kind that you aren't willing to leave behind at a moment's notice. There is one exception to this rule. We'll get to that. Know your enemy. Monarch Solutions. They will try to prevent you from achieving your goal. Learn everything you can about them. You will know the best way to achieve this when the time is right. Monarch is run by a man named Paul Serene. You must never be seen by Paul Serene. If he discovers you, then you will risk failing your mission. Learn everything you can about him. Remain hidden, but keep in mind that the best place to hide is often in plain sight. Blend in. Change your appearance frequently. Hair color, clothing style, everything. Be cautious about drawing attention to yourself. Learn to blend in, examine those around you, the way they move, speak, laugh, copy them, become your surroundings. Train daily. There are a series of skills you will need to master to truly be prepared. Hand-to-hand combat, Filipino Kali, and Jeet Kune. Jeet Kundo. Yep, I believe you.
I think that's the Bruce Lee one. I think maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I never watched martial arts movies, so all of my knowledge about martial arts stuff comes from watching like 3-hour-long video essays about freak weirdos who were like, I can kill you if I touch your pinky toe. Like
Jesse's hair is naturally that color if it's dye. It is not naturally this color. Her natural color is red as fuck like Jesse. I don't know. Imagine.
Face reading. The list is one that you will build as you go. In time, you will understand what is necessary and what isn't. Don't rush yourself. Start with gymnastics. Okay. Study your target. Jack Joyce. He is the one person who can help you in your mission. He is the exception to Rule 1. You can trust him. He's feral and crazy, and he won't do anything you want him to at any moment. But, like, other than that, he's fine. Learn what you can about Jack. Study him from afar, but do not approach him directly. You aren't the only one watching him. On October 9th, 2016, you will rescue Jack Joyce from the next steps. From there, the next steps will reveal themselves. Be patient with him. He's stubborn, reckless, naive, but you can't do this without him. And he has his moments. He's much smarter than he seems at first. Don't mistake grief for stupidity. He's just a feral little guy. Study your objective. The countermeasure. This is the device that was built to stop the fracture in time. This is your objective. Find the countermeasure and use it to stop the fracture. Achieve this and the world will be saved. The device was built by Jack's brother, Dr. William Joyce. Any attempt to contact William or find the countermeasure before the onset of the fracture will be in vain. Wait. Jack will show you the way. That's why she's been like, you have to take me to the thing. And Jack is like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about. And she's like, but you have to take me there. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Leave me alone. Retrieving the countermeasure will not be a simple task. It will involve great hardship and sacrifice. When the time comes, you will be ready for this. When you first read this, it won't make much sense to you. You will be 8. Over time, you will believe every word, but you will feel underprepared. You will wish that I had told you everything. I promise you that what is written here is everything you will need in order to get you where you need to be. I know this because I'm already there. Chin up, Toto. You're going to achieve amazing things. Okay. Good for Tiny Beth. Or very stressful and terrible for Tiny Beth. One of the two.
Both, probably.
Yeah. Can't believe my future self gave me homework. Yeah, for real though.
Yeah, no, I would hate on my future self.
How
for
dare
doing
you
shit like this to me.
give me an existential crisis?
Yeah, how fucking dare you? I don't want spoilers on my fucking life, thank you.
There is a shooting range over here?
Yeah.
Looks climbable.
Climbable. Look further, yellow.
All
Thou
right.
must use your piss hands.
Where's the piss? Ah, there it is. Where's the piss? What? What are you doing up here? Oh!
Why the hell would your brother put maintenance controls way up there?
I kinda just took a ladder.
That's exactly the kind of question that never would have entered Will's mind while building this thing. Hey, I think I can get to the reset from here.
Oh. Here. Okay, this is fine. Let's re-piss. Alright. So we now understand why Beth is so confused, despite being fully aware of everything that's going to happen.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It's really good.
It does. It does.
Of course.
Shit. I'm still getting used to that.
Don't expect to.
Avoid stepping on what, Sophia?
Having trouble getting to that red light up there?
Maybe.
It's easier said than done.
Maybe not.
No pressure. Just the fate of the world.
Shut up, Jesse. I need my buttons back. The problem of only playing this once a week is I don't know my buttons do anything because I'm not in combat. I see. I understand. Okay, never mind. I thought I had to like pause the area, but I don't.
Piss hands.
Piss
The power
hands. We don't need to stop time. We got piss hands.
So red turned into green.
Okay, that's actually good. Not sure how you need to do that, but there should be another red line.
He didn't. He's just a feral
Yeah.
guy. That's the secret of Jack Joyce, is he has no fucking idea what he's doing. He's just like going full hog and is like, yeah, this is feels right.
Feels correct.
Pure feral instinct, Jack Joyce is. I didn't hear what she said. But I'm going to assume I'm going down here. Oak. Do this real fast. Time vision. Just 'cause I wanted to see if there's more stuff that is not. Imagine I don't want to fall down there.
Probably not.
I do not to be down there. And I'm over here now. Okay. Imagine if Alan Wake had ups.
Oh god.
I don't think it would do him very much good, but like, you know.
No.
Hey,
All right,
William,
all lights are green.
why did you build it like this?
Fucking. You know what this is? You know what this is? This is what happens when you just do redstone in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And you don't really know where you're going or how to do the thing. You don't know the optimal way of building the thing. You only know that you know how it works. So therefore...
Chronon levels are stable. Diagnostics are positive. This may actually work.
This may actually.
It's ready. It's actually functional.
I don't know why you're surprised, Sophia.
That fixed it.
This
Come
is
on down.
literally the same time machine that y'all have.
Okay, we're doing
Yeah,
this.
but like,
at
look at it.
Monarch.
I'll set the date on
It's
the
just
console.
made out of like plywood and duct tape. But it's like
Yeah,
the same
exactly.
guy.
It is the same guy. It is indeed the same guy.
It's the same guy, made by the same guy who built the first one. Who like
But, like,
yours
like,
is based
I think
off
it-
of, but yours was incorrect.
It's the fucking shit of like, it's the same reason why people are like, the pyramids were made by aliens.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I was just like, what do you mean you didn't have like millions of
Yeah.
dollars and an entire team of engineers? How the fuck did you make
You
this?
didn't have an
It's
excavator?
determination.
July 4th,
Really, yeah.
2010. Are you ready?
Determination and math.
No.
Yeah.
Are you?
Alright, Beth. Time to go punch William in the dick.
This is it. There's no turning back.
Hey, wait, wait! What did you do? That was the wrong door.
Ah.
You changed the date. Where is she? Where is she?
I had no choice. I couldn't let you take the countermeasure. It would put our entire planet at risk. I already called Monarch from the terminal. They're on their way. It's over. What did you do?
Fuck!
We need the countermeasure to run the lifeboat.
You don't have it either.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow through with the plan. Tie her up and get as far away from here as you can.
I will. You just take care of yourself, Jack.
I like
Okay.
how quickly Amy got on board with all of this.
She's an activist.
She is an activist, that is true. It took her like no time to adjust. She got here and was like, everything's too fucked up for me to even begin to understand what's going on,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna take it at face value and I'm gonna pretend everything
Yeah.
is fine. I'm just gonna keep I'm gonna
Big
keep
corpo
doing this like
evil, small round of fucking people hanging on with duct tape in dreams. Yep, it feels like the rest of life to me.
it's yeah, normal.
Gotcha. So
Your
that's
first journey
why
back in
Beth is
time.
like
2010.
back in time instead of like
This is where our notes
moving
get
forward and stuff,
hazy.
because
You know how it
she
ended.
was literally sent that
Your
way.
goal when you arrived was to retrieve the countermeasure.
But my goal had to wait. Because I wasn't alone.
Fucked up noises there.
Fucked up. I don't remember
You know, I was thinking that she was acting strange while she was waiting for Jack, but I think what happened is that she literally figured out that she wasn't going the right way
Yeah.
as she was approaching the thing, and just like didn't say anything because the loop needs to happen.
Yeah, it's the loop. Yeah, it's always the loop.
Yeah.
So, like, even though she was like, oh, this makes sense now, she's like, well,
shit.
it already happened. So, is this when she comes back to talk to William and why William is like, oh shit, the redhead
Maybe.
woman? Because,
I think this is it, yeah.
okay. From William to Beth, the countermeasure. Okay, leaving the workshop now. The countermeasure is secure in my safe. I know better than to ask the reason behind this request. In 11 years, you've never been wrong. No. Okay, so that's not it. This isn't it. And I'm sure we'll figure out what that noise is later. And I don't want to know about the future anyway, but that won't make this easier for... Hold on. I just remembered the way emails work. Okay. To Beth from William. It's finished. It's finally finished. Tests are all positive. I have officially constructed a working countermeasure for a fracture in time. I can't prove it, obviously, since there's no fracture to deploy it against, but I believe it will work. It has passed every test I can conceive. There's no reason I can see that it wouldn't. Given your knowledge of the future, I'm guessing you already knew this, would be the date I completed my work. This day has been a long time coming. I'm beginning to doubt it. I was beginning to doubt it was possible. I haven't heard from you in almost 2 years now. Please tell me you are still out there. To
I wonder...
William. Yeah, it sounds like... Okay, so in 11 years... So that would have been 1999.
Oh my god, do you think she just waited? Like, do you think she went back and... Like, she got sent to 92 in 1999, talked to her 8-year-old self, and then just was stuck
just,
there?
Hung out?
Yeah, and then waited until she could get in contact with William later.
That may be the case. Because
that's intense.
If she stopped talking to him 2 years ago, then it's possible... Yeah. So 2008 is when he lost contact with her. But so he's been talking to her consistently, it seems, from 1999 to 2008.
Yeah.
And then she just, like, fucked off. Which I don't know what that would mean. Like, what would have happened in 2008? I might have sent Beth to 1999. Yeah. I'm not going to ask you to do something that will sound counterintuitive. Leave the workshop, leave the countermeasure behind. Or to William from Beth. Okay, so she's still talking to him now.
Okay.
So I'm wondering...
But 2 years later.
But 2 years later. So she just, like, hasn't been talking to him regularly, it seems. Which might be because she's, like, a time traveler stuck in the fucking forever zone.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the countermeasure behind and do not return until tomorrow morning. As with all of my orders, it is best that I don't go into further detail.
Oh, she stole it. She's the one that stole the countermeasure.
Because 2010 is when... this is around the time that William went fucking insane. And also that when Jack lost contact with him. So I think... Beth stealing the countermeasure and leaving William in the dark is what caused him to lose his fucking shit. And then
that would make sense.
Whatever happened between Jack and William was directly caused by William thinking he had, like, destroyed the entire future by losing the countermeasure.
A lot of things.
So, like, William and Liam shaking hands because they go absolutely fucking nutso because they know that the world is ending and nobody will tell them anything about it.
Jesus.
Leaving the workshop now. The countermeasure is secure in my safe. I know better than to ask the reasoning behind this. In 11 years, you haven't been wrong. But it won't make it easier for me to digest. Can we meet tomorrow? Now that the device is complete, I need to know what the next steps are. And please be careful with countermeasure. It's tremendously powerful, and sourcing the chronon particles for it alone has taken over a decade. Rebuilding would take me years and years. Okay. Someone's like firing.
Hey, Bobby
Yo.
Radford coming at you.
Oh, hey, it's our
4th of
guy. He's
July.
back.
And what a fine day it is, too. Things are looking up for Riverport. Don't believe me? Just look at that shiny new Monarch building going up. That's a big deal for this town. Sure, I know there's been complaints, talking about how Monarch's tearing down this or that, taking over the mom and pop spots, making Riverport more corporate. Some of that's happening. It ain't all good. A huge corporation like that, you know, they're all about power and profit. But I say, hold on there. Put it in perspective. This town's been miserable for a long time. A long time. When our shipbuilding industry took that final nosedive, we hit one hell of a slump. A lot of people I know have been unemployed for years now, and that's hard. But Monarch's here. And they're starting to change that big time. So they ain't perfect. So what? It beats the alternative. I want to be optimistic about this. It ain't wrong to have a little hope for the future. I want to believe that this is capitalism working as intended, you know? The American way, you could say.
In 6 years, he is a lot less enthusiastic about Monarch.
Yeah, he sure is. 6 years, you gotta see the errors of your ways, young man.
Oh god, I think Beth really has just been hanging the fuck out, right? Because these are...
I think she might have been, yeah.
This is
It would
hers.
explain all of the graffiti and all of the stuff.
Yeah, she hasn't had
She's
shit
just
else to do. She's just been waiting for time to pass.
What's going on
spent
here?
fucking 10 years just like
Since when did Will run a
waiting.
graffiti workshop?
Yeah.
None of this crap was here in 2016.
Which like, how old would she at the start of the game?
God, there's no telling now. We're in Bizarro world. There's no fucking telling how old she is.
Yeah.
What the?
Like, she
Someone's
wouldn't
in
necessarily
there.
be like
So
80 or anything. She could be like 60 something.
no. Oh, God, hold on. I unplugged my headphones.
Ah,
All right, I'm back.
welcome back.
Who the hell is that?
Well, okay,
Fuck is
so
she
she
in?
got sent, I think, all the way back here, or all the way
Yep.
back to 1999,
Yeah.
where she kicked William in the dick, I assume, because everyone has been trying to do that. Gave herself a book assumably to close the loop, right? To make sure
Yeah.
that it comes to pass as it does, because that's the only way that this works. So the book was mostly to be like, all right, I have to make sure the loop closes at least since I'm here. So she went to her 8-year-old self, gave her an existential crisis, and
Yep.
then I guess has just been like hanging out and like making sure William had the countermeasure ready for when they needed it.
Yeah.
And then
that's
she
pretty
took
much
it from
I
him,
think.
fucked off. He went insane. Him and Jack had a massive
Yep.
fight because he went insane.
Then
And
Jack went insane, went
and-
to Laos to get the fucking heavy weapons training.
Jack has questionably been insane this entire time.
He was fighting as a teenager, true.
That is true. Yeah, he was like already having a normal one.
So maybe 36. Yeah, like maybe 30. If the time traveling shenanigans don't happen more, she would be 36. So she could literally just be around doing shit in the background.
Yeah. Oh wait! Oh, there was a shooting range back here in the future.
It was.
So that's just her firing guns.
Or is that game?
No, that's not Amy. Is this
No, that
current
is-
or future Beth? It is impossible to tell which Beth we're dealing with.
Beth?
Or is it...
Alright, which Beth?
It's me. Hey.
Which Beth
hey,
are you?
Hey.
Well, it's in 2010, real Beth is like 18. So this has to be time traveler Beth.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's difficult to
Turn back.
tell, right? Because, like, between 25 and
'cause-
36, you're not necessarily going to change that much.
Yeah.
Jack? Dr. Emerald sent me to the future. I fought for
Oh.
months trying to find a way to get back.
Out to the future.
So she was in the time
I wasn't the only one.
death space? Oh, okay. So she was
saved
the
William.
one. She was the one chasing Paul. When we saw a
Yeah.
brief flashback where someone was chasing him and he was
followed.
getting
Yeah,
his
yeah,
shit
yeah. She literally saved William. Because Paul was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
He set William's machine to 1999.
So she did end up back in
The first
1999, but
possible
not
exit point.
because anyone wanted her there.
Yeah.
It's okay. Hey, it's okay.
So she's just been living out an apocalypse scenario for God knows how long.
Just sure has been.
There's some things you need to know.
So
You're the reason he built the countermeasure.
they sent her to the future,
And you've been here ever since.
where she was
11
presumably in
years.
time stop hell.
Why?
Yeah.
Why didn't you come back?
We should get ready. We don't have much time.
So what? That means what?
There's some fucky shit happening with that.
changed.
Okay.
And there was a weight in her eyes.
Well, yeah, she's seen the. She's
was hiding
been
something.
Doing the zombie apocalypse.
She always was.
So, what do you do in the time stop apocalypse? Like, what
I don't know.
do you
You
do
fight, I
there?
guess.
What exactly do you believe changed in Beth?
She lost hope.
Okay. February. Okay, so this is like her new journal. Will was punched by Paul. Confirmed puncher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to punch William. February 2008, what the fuck? February 28th, 1999. Back in time. Here I am, back in time. Back in a time I've already lived once before. No idea how long I'll need to stay here, no idea what comes next. So, but here's the question. She had access to the time machine. So
Yeah.
why did she just hang out for 11 years? Once she was back
That
in
is very-
1999, she could have just gone back to before
Yeah.
she got futured.
William would have sent her, so yeah, why?
Yeah, it's not like William would be like, no, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like William would be like, you have to stay here, I will not help you, because William is fully bought into everything that happens.
Yeah.
So, her just hanging out for 11 years in the past is questionable. Here I am back at a time I've already lived. No idea how long I'll need to stay here. No idea what comes next. This isn't how it was supposed to go. This wasn't the plan. If I'm going to come to terms with that, then I'm going to need to write it all down. There's nobody to tell this to but myself, so hello me again. This all started back in 2016. Jack and I kidnapped Dr. Amaral. We were supposed to use the time machine to travel back to 2010 and retrieve the countermeasure. I believe Dr. Amaral switched the dates at the last moment. I heard Jack calling out, but it was too late. I was already inside. There was nothing to do but keep moving forward, and when I exited the corridor, I arrived in the one place I never thought possible, the end of time. My greatest fear was realized. I'm still trying to grasp what that means. My entire life has been devoted to stopping the fracture. What I saw was it proof that it couldn't be stopped. y'all are. So we keep going back to this, where, like, it is very firmly established, and everyone here knows and understands that you cannot stop things from happening. They will just happen. But then, when they see the future time stop event, they're like, is this really going to happen, whether we like it or not? Yes!
Yeah.
Like, I understand that, like, seeing it is different from being aware of it, but it's like, how many times are we gonna be surprised about this? Like, this entire game has been, like, the narrative has been that, like, fighting against time is futile because this shit's gonna happen. Once it's happened already. And by using the time machine to go into the future, you kind of are already solidifying it in time by doing so. Right?
Yeah.
And everyone, including Paul, who should know better than anybody, is still like, maybe I can change it. Paul!
Well, that's the thing with, like, Paul isn't trying to change it.
Yeah,
he's trying to do something after everything went tits up.
He's trying to like fix it after it breaks, because he knows it's gonna break one way or another. And like, technically, I guess Beth maybe doesn't realize it, but she's also trying to do the same thing. She's trying to fix it after it happens, because the countermeasure will only work after it happens. Right? Like, the fracture has to happen for the countermeasure to work. So time is going to stop either way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's possible that it only stops for like 2 seconds and then the countermeasure kicks in.
Well, 2 seconds for the world. But
Yeah.
probably not 2 seconds for whoever, you know.
Yeah, for whoever is
has
doing
to fix it.
But like, time is going to stop one way or another, because I don't think the countermeasure will stop the event from happening. The countermeasure
that's
activates
even, like,
after the fact.
That's the thing of, like, that's even assuming that the end of time looks like what you and me, have summarized it would look like, because we don't know.
Yeah, no, they won't show us.
So maybe it has to do something has to do with that, of like the nature of it is not as expected.
We don't know what it actually looks like. We've only seen characters seeing what it is, and we saw Beth. Like, Beth existed inside of it, at least for some amount of time, question mark.
Yeah, and then came back,
I can't believe that. There's a logic to all of this, a meaning. I just haven't found it yet. I'm not ready to write down the details of the end of time, not yet. The essential part of the story is that I found a way back. I spent a long time trying to fix William's machine, but somebody beat me to it. He set a course to the earliest time the time machine could operate, the first time the core was activated, February 28th, 1999, and I followed him through. That's Paul. Which means Paul was there at the end of time.
For a while.
For a while.
Which, like, he said that. He did say he saw the end of time.
He did say he saw the end of time, but I kind of figured, like, he went there and then immediately turned his ass back around.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess not. That would explain how he went from just, like, vaguely philanthropist, just coddled rich dude to fucking super soldier that can kill people.
Punished him.
Yeah.
And she said she spent some time trying to fix the machine, so that means at the end of time the machine is broken. So I wonder if they go back to the moment the machine breaks?
Maybe.
Because there's no way they're just going through the husk of the broken machine, because nothing about the way the machine works leads me to believe that you would be able to travel past a moment where the machine is broken.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense to me either. So they probably, they travel right to when the machine breaks.
And then you're just kind of, like, stuck there, because you can't go back. Yeah. So you have to fix it in order to go back.
Exactly. But then it's crazy, because by fixing it, you create another anchor that you could send people forward to later on.
Wild.
So it's getting fucked up.
What we're learning is this machine has got to go. We can't have this machine.
No, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
This shit has got to go. No wonder everyone wants to punch William in the dick.
Yeah.
That's when I found William, still alive, much younger than I had ever seen him. I warned him about the fracture. I told him that he was the only one who could create a solution. He begged me not to tell him anything else about the future. Smart, honestly. Good job, William.
Yeah.
William was like, only tell me literally exactly the things I need to know in order to fix time.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know shit.
Yep.
He said he couldn't stand living like that, being constantly aware of what will come to pass. His every action just part of a preordained dance. I wanted to tell him more, but I know how he felt. Just leave him alone. He's already... it is already implied that he's got like some kind of schizoaffective disorder. He does not need existential crisis.
He does not need that on top of it. Yeah.
William agreed to do what must be done. He agreed to build the countermeasure. This time it was me who set him on that path. This whole time it was, well, we knew that. We knew it was you. Or at least Jack knew it was you.
Yeah.
He says the machine doesn't have the sufficient chronon capacity to return me to the future. He says that a jump that far would be nearly impossible without a substantial scientific breakthrough. Apparently, that wasn't happening yet. That's his way of saying I'm trapped. So she had to stay until the machine had enough power to...
Okay.
To go back. Okay, so that makes sense. That I'm trapped in 1999, second time around, so here I am. Time machine. Move equals success. I worked with Will to get the time machine moved. Had to make sure Serene wouldn't be able to use it to his advantage.
That's why Monarch doesn't know where the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we moved it to the one place I knew it would be safe, the Bradbury swimming pool. Right, she knew that they wouldn't be able to find it there because that was the case before. Will spent a big chunk of his research grant buying the property. It's the one place I know for sure that Monarch won't find us. After all, they still weren't aware of it in 2016. That means this is my new home for the time being. Will refuses to build the countermeasure here. He says that it has to be done at his workshop. He chose that location to build the time machine for a reason. Something about abnormal chronon density anomalies. Or anomalies, whatever. It didn't seem to concern him that the very people we need to hide from know about his workshop. Probably doesn't help that he won't let me tell him who those people actually are. Guy's almost as stubborn as his brother. Family trait. Now that the move is complete and Will is on his way, all I can do is wait. Not liking the idea of that, keeping busy was the only thing that could distract me from the eerie nature of being trapped here. Guess I should look at the bright side. Checking chance of having a killer Y2K party. September 5th, 1999. Little me. The most surreal experience. Her eyes looked so full of life. Looking to the clouds, invulnerable to the world around her, she looked full of life. She looked happy. It was me. I knew the day was coming. I knew that I had to go see her and set her on a mission so that she would do what needed to be done, so that someday she would become, well, me. I was in the backyard, or she was in the backyard, bright red duffel coat, playing Simple Pleasures. It's strange. I remember the small details so differently the first time around. When I was a child, that woman who came to see me seemed like an angel, a limitless source of wisdom, gifting me with purpose. Now I was that woman, trembling, a lump in my stomach, nervous as hell. It didn't matter. I knew she was too young to see those things on my face. I gave her the notebook. I told a small child to give up those simple pleasures and pursue life that would bring nothing but pain and hardship. I promised her that it would all be worth it, that she would make a difference, that she would save the world. She believed me. Okay, that's what I was wondering, because the journal that she got from her future self would imply that they did manage to fix it, but they...
Yeah.
Beth doesn't know that. She's just like, I just have to close the loop. Sorry, 8-year-old me, get fucked.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
January 1st, 2000, epic Y2K party. 8 bagels with ice cream and watched Buffy returns in a drained swimming pool. Party on. Nice. September 11th, 2001, 9/11. I tried to stop it a second time. Beth, what were you gonna do?
Yeah.
I warned them, told them exactly what was going to happen, nothing changed. I came to terms with the fact that none of this could be changed as a child, but since then I've seen things that make me desperate to prove myself wrong, desperate to believe that what I've seen cannot come to pass. I tried to stop the rise of Monarch, I tried to stop Paul Serene, both versions of him. Every action was negated by a force of the timeline that cannot be bent or broken. She really is just going through it a second time.
Yep.
I tried to stop tragedy as well. Jack's parents' Christmas of 1999, I knew what happened to them. This time I was there. Car crashed exactly as it was supposed to. My presence only led to it happening, as it always did. I went to the funeral. I watched Jack cry. You went to the... Okay. I watched Will build up a wall around himself. I watched two brothers change forever in that moment, and I could do nothing about it. And now this. Fuck. 2002, May 2nd, 2002. Monarch. They spotted me near William's workshop, barely got out alive. After all this time, Serena's still obsessed with finding me. He won't give up until he does. I have to be more careful in the future. May 22nd. This is a fucking whole year between journal entries, huh? The end of time. Been having recurring nightmares about what I saw. I've been dreading doing this, but it's time. I have to write it out. It's the only way to move past it. In 2016, I entered the time machine, intended to travel back to 2010. That didn't happen. Dr. Emerald changed the date. When I exited the time machine, I arrived at the end of time. The fracture had run its course. Time had stopped altogether. The entire world frozen in one hanging moment. I was the only one still able to function, or so I thought. Then the shifters came. I can still hear them. Their sounds echoing through my dreams. The entire world was still except me. They really don't like movement. I'd stepped out of the machine into the one thing I spent my entire life trying to prevent. The fracture was never fixed. I was living through the proof. The first hours were the hardest. I was living through a nightmare I couldn't wake up from, surrounded by constant reminder that my mission would fail. Never able to stay in one place because the shifters were always searching, always hunting. I wasn't alone. I discovered the first evidence of this a few days in. I heard the shifters become agitated, but I was nowhere near them. They were following something else. Paul Serene, a younger Paul. Scared, weak, vulnerable. He found me, tried to convince me that we needed to work together to help each other out, to help each other through. He found out very quickly that I wanted him dead. He had no training, no killer instinct, but he had those damn powers, and all I had was the Cronin harness. So the Cronin harnesses do work against the end of time. And Paul is just like a demon. The end of the world, the only two people left, and we became sworn enemies. I can't be sure how long we spent there. It could have been months, could have been years. When time doesn't move, it feels like an eternity. Our grip on reality slipped away, trapped in an endless loop of brutal survival. Though we were enemies, there was a strange bond formulated through that suffering. We've shared an experience that no other human has ever endured. Eventually, Paul managed to get William's time machine working. He was convinced that he needed to travel back to the earliest point in time in order to stop it all from happening. He had yet to learn that the past couldn't be changed. I followed him through the machine, but he escaped. He formed Monarch. He built an empire. I watched the birth of a monster. I can't escape the feeling that my actions helped shape what he had become. Maybe I could have guided him. Maybe if I hadn't tried to hunt him down and kill him at the end of time. That can't be my part in all of this. There has to be more. I mean, I feel like he would have come out of the apocalypse a crazy person regardless.
Probably anyway, but you know.
I wake up in a cold sweat most nights. I hear the shifters coming. I can almost feel their presence. Much of my experience at the end of time has become a blur in my memory, but there is one detail that I can't shake, one detail that brings my entire mission into question, one detail that haunts me. 2021. February 3rd, 2005. Hobbies. 5 years until the countermeasure will be completed. Oh my god, 2 years. I spend most of my days training. I don't know what happens once the device is finished, but being prepared is my specialty. I still wonder if Jack will follow the plan. If he'll emerge from that machine in 2010, best not to think about it. I'm not giving up, but I can't let those thoughts consume me. I need to focus on the present, focus on what is in front of me. That's the mantra that keeps me going, just focus on the present. So I decided to take on some hobbies. Tried poetry, got depressed, fair enough. Dabbled with a guitar for a while, smashed it against the wall, then started experimenting with graffiti. Seems to be working out okay for me so far. It's fulfilling on a few different levels, partly as a form of self-expression, partly as a means of release, partly just to fuck with people. What happens when when Joe analyzes some graffiti on a wall one day, builds an interpretation in his head, and then 3 years later his depiction of the image comes true. Not sure, but it's fun to think about. I can't change anything, but at least this gives me an illusion of some kind of power. That illusion is what keeps me holding on. Sometimes I leave anonymous notes in people's mailboxes telling them what will happen next week. I watch their reactions from afar, voyeurism and graffiti. That's my life these days.
Damn.
She's like, I'm a time prankster. I'm so bored. I'm so fucking bored. I'm gonna go tell Mary that her dog that ran away is like hiding in a shed somewhere. Tomorrow the bagel shop is going to catch fire. I don't know. I'm so bored. October 8th, 2007. Jack. I started watching him recently. I know Monarch is tracking him, so I keep my distance. I wasn't sure why I felt the need to follow him to watch his life from the outside, but now I think I understand. I met Jack in the wake of his brother's death, the onset of the fracture. Worst day of both our lives. He was broken. That's the only Jack I ever knew. There's some kind of comfort in seeing him in happier times. I watched his band play a gig nearby. Atrociously bad, whiny emo music. Definitely a music movement I didn't need to live through a second time. But there was something pure about seeing him up there, letting it all out. He never had an easy life. It was nice to see that he found a way to release it all. He just looked happy. It made me forget everything else. The nightmares stopped for a while after that, so I kept following him. It gave me something else to focus on. I've spent most of my time hiding who I am, what I know. I knew Jack for less than 24 hours, but he's the only person I've opened up to about everything. I told him the truth. He believed me. I wish I could thank him for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to tell him if he comes through the machine on July 4th, 2010. What will he think when he sees me? 11 years will have passed. I look like I've aged 3 lifetimes since then. And for him, it could only be a matter of minutes. What do I say? That I saw the end, that this might be all for nothing. I was the one who believed without question that we could stop the fracture, the confidence that has now been replaced with insecurity, weakness. I fear letting him see that. I fear that he'll see the doubt in my eyes. For years I felt invincible, full of hope. I'm not that woman anymore. I'm scared. December 11th, 2007. Memory. Tonight I painted something at the university campus. It was only after I was finished and took a step back to look at it that I realized I've seen it before, about a decade ago. Remains of something painted on a wall but washed away. It was a jolt. Is all of this futile? Nothing sticks. Nothing has changed. All of it washes away. All of it washed away by the river of time. Fucking time travel. Yeah, no. Y'all need to just burn those machines down. July 9th, 2008. Will. I've been in contact with Will every 6 months or so. Short exchanges just to get an update on his progress building the countermeasure. He's still at least 2 years away from completion, but he's now confident that he knows how the countermeasure will work. He told me the countermeasure will be able to reverse the fracture in time, but in order to do so, it must be activated early in the escalation of the fracture. Once the fracture runs its course, once the end of time is reached, he believes the countermeasure will be rendered ineffective. I asked him what it would mean if the end of time occurred. He said that it would mean that the fracture was never stopped. It would mean that we failed. July 21st, 2008. Everything I've done has been for nothing. July 4th, 2010. Final entry. The day is here. Soon I will receive word that William has completed the countermeasure. I'm sure of it. I've come to accept that this doesn't mean we will succeed. I've come to accept that my mission was a lie. But I'm not giving up, lie or not. I devoted myself my life to this cause. It gave me meaning. It's all I've ever known. Even if I've seen the proof that I won't succeed, I'm not going to give up. I will dedicate every ounce of courage I have left to seeing this through. I'll retrieve the countermeasure. I'll keep it safe until 2016. I will do everything in my power to activate it when the time comes. I will fail, but I will fail knowing that I did everything in my power to save the world. For years I hoped that this would be the day when I would see Jack again. I've given up that hope. This mission started with me alone, and that's how it will end. This is my final entry. Alright. There'll be a downer, Beth.
And then fucking Jack shows up.
Yeah, and then Jack shows up and is a
like
feral, scary little man. Yeah. And he's a scary, feral little man.
Do this anymore. Can't. I can't fucking do this.
It's fine. The most feral man you've ever met in the world, who is willing to punch time with his very own fists, is here. See you over there, Beth, and you're comforting you is gonna have to wait because I'm collecting. Actually, let me see. How many do I have? 6. Increase. I think I might want to increase the bubble. Takedowns. Let's increase the bubble. Large bubble. Bubble big. Okay, what's this?
Oh, Jartwitch is right. You forgot to put the ads in the server.
God damn it! I forgot the ads! Ah! Motherfucker!
We got too distracted by Firebreak.
That is true. Got too distracted.
But that's really interesting because, like, if that indeed means that, like, everything is gonna happen anyway, does that mean that Lifeboat is also doomed to fail?
Yeah.
Because they didn't
that's
find
what it
anybody
sounds
else.
like.
It was just, yeah, it was just Paul. But, like, then it's also weird because, like, if it was just Paul and Bev, where the fuck was Jack? He also has time powers. Where the fuck was he?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was everybody else with a harness? Because they fucking manufactured
because
those
the
quite a lot.
harnesses work, right? Like, we know
Yeah,
that.
they do. Yeah. Interesting.
Like, we know as a fact that the harnesses work because that is the reason Beth was able to run around.
Yeah. Probably underground. I guess that makes sense. Like if they had a structure that just the two of them. Yeah, and like those two just couldn't get in, which would make sense.
But the lifeboat also had like there was an assumed tactical force that would occasionally leave the lifeboat to get stuff, I would assume.
Yeah, yeah.
But they also don't know how long they were there.
True, we don't know how long.
So it could have been like 2 days for all we know. It could have been 2 days or like 40 years.
11 years.
It can't be that long because they were literally both trying to fix the machine and kill each other.
Yeah, at the same time.
And hunted by fucking.
I'll unlock the door.
McKim over there.
So where's Will?
Yeah.
Where's the countermeasure?
So depending on how badly the machine was broken,
where you built it.
I would assume fixing it would be somewhere from like.
Yes. That was the plan.
Like a week and a half to like 2 months, maybe, depending on what it is, and like. But neither of them know how it works.
Yeah.
Like at this point,
months,
right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because
so.
we're dealing with Paul before he made it his mission to know everything about like how to use the time machine, right? We're dealing with I'm not a scientist, Paul Serene. Who just doesn't fucking know what anything is. He's like, I'm just the guy with the money. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a triangle over there, or is it just like right there? Oh, I read this.
Yeah, so I guess still, yeah,
I should go see Beth.
I guess months can go past really fucking fast if you
especially if you
survive.
Especially if you like there's no sense of time at all. Like there's no day-night cycle or anything. They're just, like, around.
Oh, Albert says something interesting.
My supplies
The
are
doc
upstairs.
said that this was their plan,
We'll need
and
to
the
get them.
lifeboat is built using a device they are
There's so much you
studying. Do
don't
they
know,
already
but
have
you
the
never
countermeasure?
I don't know. That's the thing. Is it's hard to tell who has the countermeasure, because the countermeasure goes missing, right, in 2010, which is Jack and or Beth stealing it.
I gave up on the
And
idea
then they
that she would ever come.
don't know where it is. Because I think Sophia even at some point says something that's like, nobody fucking knows where that thing is. We know there's a thing, we just don't we don't know where.
Oh yeah, right. They mentioned in the thing subjective time because fucking everything stopped.
Yeah, because everything stopped, and then there's 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 also that like thing that they keep talking about in the Monarch files that are like, there's the device that William made that like optimizes literally fucking everything, and none of us know how it works. We cannot figure out what it is. We don't know how it works. We just know that it does work, and if anything happens to it, we're fucked.
I need to know we're still in this together.
I wonder if that is the
I told you once
countermeasure?
our fate is already laid out for us. I still believe that.
Well, what have we got here?
More than ever. I'm just worried what that might mean.
It means we finish this.
It's still wild to me that
Need
Monarch
gear?
never found this place.
Take whatever you need. The rest of it's going in the river, along with everything else I brought here.
Carbine rifle ammo.
That's a little drastic.
My time here is done, Jack. I have to erase my presence.
You have to close
Let me know
the
when you're
loop,
ready to
actually.
go.
I don't even have this. Got a light machine gun. I've got a carbine rifle. Both of those things are fine. Actually, we're in Act 4. There are 5 acts, so I'm assuming Act 5 is we're gonna be in because we're fighting shifters eventually. Like that's just like.
Eventually, one would assume, yeah.
So I'm assuming Act 5 takes place.
Ready when you are, Jack.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what is a collectible. Beth, you have a lot of triangles around.
You followed Paul to 1999. Why did he travel so far back?
To form Monarch. Prepare for what's coming.
You kept tabs on him.
And he's kept tabs on me.
That's fine. Monarch, 1999, Monarch formed. March 1999, Monarch formed. CEO never disclosed. Lucrative investments all based on Serene's future knowledge. August 2000, Monarch spotted following William Joyce. Monarch is following William throughout Riverport, no longer safe to keep in direct communication. May 21st, Martin Hatch hired. First listing of Martin Hatch on employee chart, no details available on Hatch prior to this. May 2002. 2002, Monarch patrolling workshop. Monarch spotted me near Will's workshop. Barely escaped alive. Must avoid workshop area. August 2003, Monarch in Fortune 500. Well positioned in Fortune 500, investments have stopped. PR campaign has begun. February 2005, spotted by Monarch. Monarch still searching for me. Must stay out of public eye from this point on. March 2006, R&D facility commissioned Gull Island. Must investigate further. That's the big cannon, I think. No, that's where his the party was. Question mark? October 2006, Martin Hatch promoted. Martin Hatch now designated Monarch spokesperson. Previous spokesperson found dead. Okay. Previous promotion, Hatch received results from a trail of blood. Okay. May 2008, Monarch Tower construction begins on Monarch Tower. December 2009, Monarch investigates Will's workshop. Monarch personnel spotted covertly entering Will's workshop. They may know what we're up to. Monarch security cameras now surround workshop. Approaching area will alert Serene. March 2010, Monarch Cronin Tech delayed. Monarch Cronin Tech research under Dr. Kim not proceeding as planned. Not enough Cronin particles available. Ground Zero not present. December 2010, Dr. Sophia Amaral hired as Cronin research specialist. Hold on, I have to turn my little space heater off because it's getting hot. I said that. Okay. Patch, yeah. Okay. This.
Okay. The countermeasures at Will's workshop. We find it, then what?
You bring it back here, use the machine, and return to the future. Use it to stop the fracture. That was always the plan.
That is still the plan.
Yes.
The X. Here. Can I get you? You want me to talk to her from around here? Okay.
Not allowed.
The game was like no bartender RP.
I can't imagine what happened to you. When you entered that machine, I wanted to go after you, but I didn't know where Sophia sent you or how to find you.
You made it here. It's all that matters.
I bet if you sent Jack
You followed the plan.
to the future, he could kill
Whatever
Paul.
happened to you, change it.
Don't.
We can fix this.
Don't.
We can undo this.
You still don't get it. It can't be changed. No matter what we do, the pieces fall in all of the exact same places. I've tried. Over and over.
I can't just sit back and do nothing.
You have to let go. Jack. You have to let go. I've seen it. The end of time. That is where she sent me. I was there. I've been fighting this fight my entire life, and I saw.
Also, fucked up to be like, I'm just gonna send you into the apocalypse. Goodbye.
I saw where this leads.
Oh yeah.
I just don't know anymore. I don't know if we can win this thing.
Then we'll die finding out.
Sorry, Beth. In 11 years, you forgot how feral Jack is.
Yep. You only saw him in simpler times. You forgot.
Yeah.
This is an insane person.
You forgot that Jack Joyce has one brain cell right now, and that brain cell is, I'm gonna kill Paul.
Kill Paul Sorry. He doesn't even care about fixing the timeline.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna kill Paul. Whether or not we fix the timeline is entirely incidental to the fact that I'm gonna kill Paul. Yeah, you saw him before years of weapons training.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I've seen the apocalypse. There's no way we can stop this thing. And Jack is like, I think you've misunderstood. I'm going to kill Paul Surrey.
I don't know a fraction of the hell that Beth went through. What she experienced when she saw the end of time, how that changed her, like it changed Paul. Followed by 11 years of living like a ghost.
Emilio, it's not your fault. I didn't do the ads because I'm a dumb bitch.
She had doubts.
Fucked up.
You okay?
It was only a matter of time. I was gonna forget the ads altogether eventually.
Yeah.
But the counter.
Here's a recap for you.
The one thing that could set things right was waiting for us at Will's workshop.
Fucking the scientist that they kidnapped managed to send Beth to the end of time, and then Beth had to like survive there
In
while trying to kill
2010, Monarch
Pulsarine
didn't own the
and
area
surviving
yet.
the shifters.
That came
And then
shortly after because of what
Pulsarine
happened with
managed
you.
to get the machine back running
But
again.
we knew William was
And they went
building
all the
something
way
new in his
back
workshop,
to
and we knew it must be
1999.
important.
That's where he tried to kill
We were
William.
monitoring the place.
Guess who saved
Yeah, Beth knew
William?
about your
It was
presence.
Beth. That's when
She'd done
she entered
spying on her
contact with William and their
We came over
like
the rooftops to avoid
ally
detection.
ship started. And then basically the machine back
It's
then
this way.
did not have enough like chronon particles or was not able to generate enough chronon particles to send her
The
that
time
further into the
battery
future.
was not big
Yeah.
enough in order to.
It was not
to,
big
like,
enough, and
yeah.
essentially science needed to like evolve before they could do that. So she has been stuck all the way from 1999 to 2010, and she is now a broken shell of her former self.
Yeah, she went through the time zombie apocalypse. She's been through the
Yep.
Torment Nexus.
Does Will know we're coming?
She has been through the
No.
Torment Nexus.
He doesn't.
She has been through the Torment Nexus, and Will is still super feral, so... Or not Will. I guess that's true, too. I think the brothers are equally feral, but, like, their energy goes in different directions. Jack is feral with, like, his fists, and Will is, like, a deranged science man.
Yeah, no, she literally says, like, I saw us fail, etc. I don't think we can win this thing. And then he literally said, then we die finding
Yeah,
out.
then he's like, Jack went, well, then I guess we die.
This
To
does
do
not
this.
change the plan. I will kill Pulsarine.
Whoops. Sorry.
I don't know what that did, but it did something.
Did something.
It changed time.
Let's go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was one of the decisions you could make that I'm like, this is gonna alter time, and I'm like, well, I don't know what that did, but I guess we're gonna find
That's
out.
so funny.
From this point on, we may be in their sights. We need to be quick.
Is anything in there? Yeah, unfortunately for Beth, despite her depression, Jag is insane.
Come on.
It's like, God, what I'm getting essentially of how it works is like there are anchor points, like in the time loop, essentially, that cannot not
There
happen.
we go.
Yeah.
But then everything in between those things
Come on, this
essentially
way.
can change
It's-
because like it's doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like major events that like set
Yeah.
things in motion must occur.
Yeah, must occur. Yeah, but
Um,
everything else is kind of like in flux, which
Yeah.
is a good way to do time travel, honestly.
Hey, Will?
Like
not
it's,
here.
it's like
I made sure of that.
What?
the butterfly effect is
Why? He's
that
the only one that knows
the
how to use the
butterfly will
term.
always
Which is why
do
he
its
needs to be
thing,
kept
but
safe,
everything
in case-
outside of that is.
Things go bad.
Fine. We get the device, then you lead me to my brother.
Butterfly effect,
Sure.
but we ignore the butterfly.
Now, where do we find this thing?
We don't give a fuck about
Will
the
said he
butterfly.
secured it inside a safe.
No,
Somewhere
the
in
butterfly
building.
has its own agenda.
All right,
It's
well,
gonna go exactly where
where'd
it
you
wants
hide
to
that
go,
suit? Yeah.
regardless of what you think.
The butterfly will do the exact same thing every time, no matter what, and you can't stop it. But like, you're free to
Yeah.
wave your hands at it as much as you want. Okay. Oh, we got stuff. We got more crazy William shit. We have to position the camera.
I just got shot.
April 2nd, 1999.
Which I guess you just inadvertently saved those
It's been about
workers'
a month
lives somehow?
since the
Maybe.
incident. Since I was shot by the man from the future. Since Wilder
Hey, Beth.
moved the machine,
You come
Hi,
to watch
Beth.
TV with us?
hidden it. I wish I could destroy it, but
Bye, Beth.
Bye, Beth.
I made it down as little as possible. But we know about what'll happen. unless
Just
I
came by, just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Watching TV?
I can think that for as
Whatever.
long as I can't tell the difference. I think she understood. Doesn't matter anyway. She told me the fracture is gonna happen because of what I did. It's...
Oh, hey, you're back. What's up, Beth?
Welcome back, Beth.
I have to fix it.
She's like, are you done over here yet?
I don't know how yet. I have to,
Alright, bye.
I have to build
Fine.
a countermeasure of time. I know the theoretical mechanism of the field's collapse, but how to stop it, let alone reverse it? It'll take years of research. I have no idea how to do this. How to pay for it. I don't know. Wilder's from the future. And she came to me. I have to assume that I was successful.
Getting impatient, Beth?
You get feeling a little antsy? Okay, bye.
She's like, I'm gonna go make another loop.
She's just pacing.
Yeah, she's just...
He was planning on giving it to you.
And it was stolen before he ever had the chance.
Pretty sure you
Which
took
means
it, dude.
This is the only way it can play out.
I'm pretty sure what happened. I'm gonna put a prediction down that he was going to give it to her, and the plan was for him to give it to her, but when she came here to get it, something happened. So instead of him being like, I'm handing off the item to you so that we all know where it is, she just had to, like, take it and fuck off.
Yeah.
Or
pretty much.
Maybe Paul gets it. Maybe the thing that they're constantly, like, we don't know what the fuck this
11
is.
years. Building this thing was his life for 11 years.
I guess William never time traveled.
Yeah. He's just...
Because we had the theory that he also was fucking around in the time stream, but I guess not.
I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised. He just, like, he was just in the Torment Nexus, as happened.
I guess that makes sense that, like, the video that he leaves is literally just, like, she told him to do that, or, like, he took the initiative to do that because he knew her and he knew the whole loop thing.
Yeah.
This must be where he built it.
So this is where it was. I see the thing over there. Will's journal! Alright.
Goodness.
June 7th, 2010. The countermeasure is near completion. I should be celebrating. I should be excited. Hi, Beth. 11 years of work is coming to an end, but there is a weight on my mind. I can't shake it off. Jack came to see me. He found out that I sold our parents' house to continue funding my research. Ah! So that's the reason they haven't spoken for 6 years.
There you go. Yep.
Understandably, he was furious. After all, the house was left to both of us. He doesn't understand the necessity of what I'm doing here. Talking turned into yelling, yelling turned into pushing. He told me it wasn't mine to sell. He told me they were his parents too. He told me that I was a piece of shit. I mean, I don't think he's wrong.
Yeah, like, you know, yeah.
Like, he doesn't, yeah, I was angry, I couldn't contain myself, and then I said it. I still don't believe the words that came out of my mouth. I told him that it was his fault, the car crash. I told him that he was to blame for everything that we'd been through. Jesus Christ! I knew it was the one thing that would truly hurt him, and I used it. I can justify my actions as a result of months of fatigue, frustration, lack of sleep. It was wrong. I knew it as soon as I said it. He just stood there devastated for what felt like minutes. I could see a wall building between us. He told me he was leaving this town. He was never coming back. That was 3 days ago. I haven't been able to reach him since. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't concentrate. I know the countermeasure will be finished soon, but the victory is a hollow one now. I spent 11 years building a device to save the world. The only thing that kept me going all this time was the fact that there was one person in the world I needed to protect, no matter what the cost, and I just lost him. Okay, so that's why they haven't been speaking. Good.
Yeah. Alright, we got the context.
There's a lot.
You're the only one who can stop it.
There's no theoretical groundwork. It could take even years to build.
And it will. You'll have to keep it a secret. Even from the ones you love. It's the only way to keep them safe. You witnessed one, didn't you? An echo.
I mean, he's been doing that this whole time.
Yeah.
It's not new.
It was you.
A long time ago now.
Wait, do you see those two now?
Pretty sure you folks are having a better
I
time.
don't think so. I think she just knows that they're there.
Maybe the safe is inside.
Just a little while longer. Whereas all
Yeah.
you folks
Try to
out
find a
there
way in.
enjoying what I hope our spectacular 4th of July parties. So set up some fireworks, eat a little too much, drink until every joke you hear is funny, and spend some time with your loved ones. Appreciate the good things in your life, you know? This country ain't perfect, but it's still pretty damn good, and it's sure as hell worth celebrating. I'm about done here myself, and I can't wait to get home, crack open a beer or 3, and kick back with the people I love most. We're gonna appreciate that this year's
I thought he was gonna be like my dog.
We've all got good things to
My
look forward
dog.
to. And isn't that what today's really all about? Being safe and free, not having to be afraid.
We need to find a way
knowing
inside
that
this
we've
room.
made a future for
Maybe there's
ourselves.
a key.
And that it's all gonna be all
My
right.
will is too scatterbrained to remember a key. My guess is there's an electronic lock in the most rational place imaginable.
He was so full of hope back then.
Happy Independence Day.
He thought things were good.
Yeah.
There's another echo.
You'd been there before.
My brain
Witnessed
immediately going, can
flashes
you
through
imagine
time?
living not at
I
the end of
assume
an
pieces of
empire?
that puzzle had come together.
Oh
since.
god, right?
And some are yet to come.
Imagine when things weren't just like constantly on fire all the time forever.
Yeah.
Like every day there was a new fucking atrocious, fucked up, stupid ass thing happening.
Locked out again.
Yeah.
Where was the failsafe switch? Follow the wire. Which one was it? Blue? Or was that the emergency shutdown? Oh, shit.
Me too.
I knew I should have labeled the wiring.
Honestly, me too, Will.
Me when I make fucking passwords.
Right.
And open sesame.
Emergency shutdown initiated.
Shit. Ass. Fucking goddamn it. Yellow wire, I knew it.
You saw something.
Echoes. Will was looking for the same thing we are.
I built a goddamn time machine, but I can't remember to keep a piece of shit door unlocked.
I mean, this would be me as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
This is exactly what I would also be doing. I'd be like, alright, well, I will never
There
be
we
able
go.
to find this place ever again. I guess I die.
Let's see here.
More important.
It was all there on the board.
It's always like that though.
The
Like
details of his
you'll
downward
you'll
spiral.
have people with
His work
PhDs
consumed
that
him.
will not know
Became
that
some
you
kind of
can just
desperate
kind of
obsession.
wait outside of the shower
He was never
to
the
wait
same.
for it to be warm before
Yeah.
you go in.
You have to just like stand there and be like, alright, well, I
Yeah.
guess I live through the cold. I live through the ice.
Yeah.
Will's whiteboard. Call Jack on birthday. Apologize to Jack for not calling on birthday. June 2nd. Don't forget. Don't forget what? Will. Thanksgiving. Remember. Pay electricity. Get electricity turned back on. Jack's birthday. June 2nd. Buy groceries. Give Beth update on status. Erase this. June 2nd. Apologize to Jack again. GMDR. What does this note mean? William. Me too, William. Me too.
Oh, jeez.
Buy whiteboard eraser. Meet with bank for loan. Shower first. Shower. GMDR. What?
What the fuck does this mean?
What did I say? Oh, there it is. GMDR. What? What is this? What was I doing? Don't forget. Don't forget what? Me too, William. This is exactly how I live my life, dude. When the executive dysfunction gets you real hard.
Yeah.
The device wasn't there, but it must have been at one time. The power setup wasn't working, but it must have worked at some point.
Maybe I can rewind time to get this working.
Run. Touch. No. Oh. Do it again. Oh, Jesus. I did the thing. I did a shield thing, and I didn't mean to. Touch it, Jack. There we go. I think I.
Hey, I did it. Door's unlocked.
It's over there. Gotta use our piss hands. Maybe? Yeah, there it is. Give. Break our knees.
What?
You take the smallest amount of fall damage, and the game is like, enemy! And I think that's really funny.
Come take a look at this.
No. Look at this.
Over here, Jack.
Yeah. Hello.
He didn't leave the code. But I can crack it. I just need some time to...
Somebody's here.
It's Monarch. I knew it. I knew they'd find us.
I'll take care of it. Just get that safe open, stay inside.
Okay, so I think the thing that Monarch has been puzzling over because they don't know what the fuck it is or how it works, just that it fixes everything.
You'd been spotted the
I think
moment
that
you
is
arrived.
the countermeasure.
You never had a chance.
It would make sense,
You were on
right?
a suicide mission.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna lie down and just give up without a fight.
Because like
But
even
then,
those two, like they're
whatever.
taking the countermeasure and everything, but they don't know how it works.
What are you gonna do?
William is the only one who knows
I'm gonna
how it
make sure
works.
they don't get anywhere near the countermeasure.
Like, it really doesn't matter who gets the countermeasure at this point, because nobody fucking knows what it does. William is the only one who even understands what it is. Everyone else is just like, they just like have it in their hands and are like, well, I guess it's a ball.
It should be polyhedron.
Hey, hold on. Take it easy.
Maybe you rolled it
Guess
so
what?
it died.
He's got a gun! Open fire! Take cover!
Fuck it.
What the fuck was that?
Rifle.
Shoot
Rob.
him!
Would you like to get shot? Bye.
No.
Man down! Over!
Bandit on target!
Where are we?
Get around him!
Hey.
HQ? We got a situation.
What's the sit rep?
He got backup. He's...
That's fine.
I don't know what he is.
Orders are to keep the mission quiet.
Everything is totally normal and fine.
Can't afford unwanted attention.
He's fucking tearing us apart.
Placeholder says, I like that this is the first time they are dealing with Jack. Yeah, makes sense. It's cool.
Yeah, they have like no idea what they're looking at.
Stream recollector, you must roll nat 20 to save time and space. Oh, damn. Emilio, in before the countermeasure is just a bomb that destroys the world.
Yeah. Time can't end if I end it first. Yeah. I see you. Wanna poke your head up? Or do I have to come get you?
Yeah, Emilio, Trojan is a subsidiary of Monarch.
Visual!
Oh,
If
right.
I remember correctly. It's what they are.
Okay. I know there's a sniper.
I think it's literally to be like they pretend to be cops but they're not. Essentially.
I'm going to shoot you because I want your gun. Not actually.
Oh,
Someone is shooting. Oh, there's a bunch of them.
oh, many.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I'm just gonna fucking. Hey man, would you? I didn't do the thing I wanted to do. Oh, okay. Whoops.
Oh, jeez.
All right, we're gonna get on the other side of this car. Oh my god. There's a lot going on. I'm gonna blow you up. I'm gonna put up a shield. I would like to put up a shield. There we go. There's the shield. That's what I...
God, speaking of like agents that like pretend to be cops or are not, what job I oh wow.
A lot
You know what
happened
job
at
I
the same time,
discovered existed lately?
Hmm.
Bail bondsman.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that existed. I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm kind of surprised that it is. Like, I mean, I knew it existed, but it kind of definitely is like something that's like, that's not real.
Yeah. Because I was literally watching like an interview of like a guy that is an agent of those guys to go get people to go to the fucking courts and shit. And like literally it's like literally the first thing he would say is like, people keep telling me you can't come in if you don't have a warrant, and then I say I am not a cop and then just kick the door in.
I am not a police officer.
That sounds terrible. That sounds like a fucking a terrible thing to exist, actually.
Yeah, I can just come get you because I'm a mercenary.
Yeah, I'm a fucking. I don't care.
Sir, I am going to shoot. Oh god. Yeah, come around this corner. See what happens.
And you know, it's so weird because you know when I was looking up that stuff, you know what I discovered is that apparently the sort of canonical job of the Star Fox team in Star Fox 1 was Bill's Bond agent.
I just can't get that guy. But I can get you, nerd.
I don't know how to do that, but like apparently there's multiple people that think that's what they were.
Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna go over here. I want my shield juice back. Yeah. Hey. Oh, there's an infinite ammo bag over there. Where are you? There's one. Okay. Okay. Shield. I think you're putting down suppressive fire, but I'm actually just going to... Okay. Oh, Jesus. Shield. Shield, please. Okay. I am unsafe.
The snipers are mean.
They are! Oh, they're so rude. Hold on. Can I get them from here? I can't. Get fucked. Okay. Awesome. Alright. You think you're safe up there, but you're not. Okay.
Sir McClurky, so they're just bringing Andros to court. That's what I thought at some point. I'm just like, what? But I guess what that means is essentially just that like they're just mercenaries. They don't have any. They're not like cops or anything. They're just paid to do that.
Okay. You need to... No. My buttons.
Uh-oh.
I think we're good. I think we're okay. The snipers are dead, and they were the problem last time. Okay. Just gonna do this. Okay. There we go. Oh, hi!
Oh, wow.
Would you like to get rifled? Oh, I'm reloading.
Nice. You did it.
There we go.
Get out of my
You did it.
Here we are again.
Oh!
Years ago.
Oh!
Paul.
Like, okay.
Hand it over.
The car exploded.
I said, get out of my
Where
way.
the fuck are they? I hear them talk, but well, I don't hear them talk. I only see the subtitles. But like, I'm like, where are they?
It's over the comms. She turned on her walkie, so we're over. buttons. The buttons.
So we know Paul is here, which activates the jack, as we know.
Yeah, now Jack is gonna come.
Give me the device.
Directly in the dick.
Come with me. We can survive this together. You know it can't be stopped. I can see it in your eyes. You know this.
What if you're wrong?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh!
That's not good. That's just like pure Cronin, I think.
I guess so, yeah.
They are getting irradiated as we speak.
Does that mean that Jesse has powers?
We failed.
Maybe.
We created Ground Zero.
Oh, they created Ground Zero! Ah!
Every piece falling into place.
Except one. The blast sent you through time. Brought you back to 2016. The same exact time from which you left. Something anchored you there. We need to know how you did this.
You think I wanted to come back?
Oh.
I was pulled away.
Jack
Everything I
just
came
like
for was still back there.
achieved independent time travel.
Okay.
So that explains that, because Ground Zero was just like an undocumented incident where they were like, yeah, this place just like suddenly exploded, question mark.
No, Beth, come on, move.
Oh, but he's like not there.
Beth, come on, get up. Please, Beth, you need to move, okay?
Oh, right, because this place is like
Get the gun.
some kind of weird anchor point through time now, right?
Come on, please. Beth, move.
Because there's no telling when in time she is now by the nature of this place.
Don't do it, don't!
I'm not wrong.
You can't.
No! No!
Serene had the countermeasure the whole time. I had to get it back.
A rash decision. You claim Beth Wilder's death had no impact on your behavior, but...
Like I said, I barely knew her.
It is true, he barely knew her.
What you didn't...
Yeah, factually that's true, but Jack is also like
personal.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like this interview implies that Paul is dead.
Maybe, yeah.
Because they're not talking like... The interview that has been the framing device is not... The interview that is this framing device does not sound like Jack is a prisoner or like...
Yeah.
A lot of stuff... I mean, obviously a lot of stuff is past tense because we don't know how far into the future this interview is taking place. But the interview does not make me feel like Jack didn't kill Paul.
Yeah.
The real question, I guess, as far as the interview goes, is the girl who's interviewing Jack. Because she works for... She's on Hatch's side.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering when we catch up to, like, the interview that's going on with, like,
Yeah.
telling
I mean,
her.
it would still make sense, like, if what you say is true, like, he killed Paul, then who does that leave? Hatch, right? Like,
Yeah, that
so...
does leave Hatch.
We have to Act 5, the finale! My goodness.
Are we gonna watch a TV show?
We might watch a TV show.
Continue. Finale 1/2, because we're gonna have to play this at least a second time.
I don't have much time left, I know. I spent 17 years working it out, planning it, building Monarch, because I knew what was coming, and I knew it couldn't be stopped. But what I've built has been turned against me. What is the point in saving them if I can't trust them? I'm slipping away into pain and rage. The sickness is accelerating. The CFR. It has cost me so much. But I have harnessed its power. And with it, my plan will work. With it, I will keep the lights on when the world goes dark.
Mr. Serene? Sorry to disturb you, sir, but I have that cleanup report on Dr. Kim's lab you wanted.
Meet me in my office, soldier. I'll be there when I've sealed the CFR chamber.
Where the fuck is Kim, too?
So
I don't think Kim died in the explosion.
No, there's no way. I don't think that's possible.
The lab
I think that
explosion.
it's just like a demon.
My treatments, all gone.
Yeah.
So
First things first. Seal the chamber.
Hatch doesn't exist before 2001.
Yeah.
And he knows Kim.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if Hatch came from after time stops.
He does say something weird about going back to the silence or something.
Yeah, something about like back to where they came from or some shit.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Hatch is from either during or after time stops.
Yeah. I wonder if there is any truth to the idea of Hatch being this sort of like primordial man creature thing
like
that like is very old but somehow fell through time and is just now fucking around everywhere.
God, Hatch, what?
What are
The
you?
Chronon field regulator, William's precious
Are you
time
Hatch
to
on your
measure.
door? What the fuck? The cannon is
Need to
in
keep it
shambles.
safe at all costs. The lifeboat depends on it.
Okay, so here's another stupid situation that like Paul seems to be like correct, but for the wrong reasons a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Where he's got this thing that was made to like reverse, like its very job is to like once the fractures begin, like once time begins to stop, you're supposed to turn this thing on and it like stops the chronon particles from doing whatever they do that stops all of time.
Yeah.
But Paul is like, we have to keep this and use it as an infinite power source while we try to stop the end of time. But this thing's very job is to stop the end of time. So Paul, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you not know what this thing does? Like, I don't understand what you're...
Yeah.
I don't...
I guess he is probably, or maybe it's one of those things that, because like, you know, it's like storage of chronon, pure chronon energy and that shit, right?
Yeah.
Maybe creating Ground Zero weakened it, so now it can only like, it can't fix the world anymore.
Maybe.
It can only create a bubble, maybe?
I
don't
feel
know.
like this is just like, maybe like some kind of self-fulfilling prophecy stuff.
Yeah.
Where like, they made the thing that was supposed to stop time from ending.
Yeah.
And Paul Paul and Beth have both seen that time actually does just stop, which means that the countermeasure didn't work. But it didn't work not because it didn't do the thing it was supposed to do. It didn't work because everyone here is a fuck up, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like by witnessing the end of time, they have guaranteed that it will happen, and Paul is just functioning under the assumption that it's going to happen no matter what, so there's no point in using it the way it was built to be used.
Yeah. Which, like, he is, if we're understanding this right, he is not wrong. Like you said, he is right for the wrong reasons.
Like, he's not wrong, but it's also his fault.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean of, like, at that point, it might be a thing for him of, it's either me, I'm the reason for it not working, and it's out of control, or it's me, I'm the reason it's not working, because I'm doing this, and as a result, I allow at least some people to fucking survive and go through.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it seems like Paul has given up all attempts to stop the fracture before it happens, and is just focusing on fixing it after the fact. So even though there is, in theory, a device that can stop the fracture from happening at all, he's like, well, no.
Yeah. Because, and that makes sense, right? Because if you continue the logic of how we understand time this far, the fracture just happens. It cannot not happen because it has been witnessed. So might as well try to take everything you have in order to do something after.
I'm afraid of
you. The anchor in time, I guess, happens.
What that would mean for me, for the plan.
This really does
they turned
just
the
seem
end of
like
time into a fixed point by complete accident. They refused to see their mistake. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what happened, honestly. I think by it being witnessed, because I get the feeling that it's not just that, like, all time will happen no matter what. I think it's, like, the act of witnessing it that sets it into stone. Yeah. So because they witnessed it, it now cannot be stopped.
That would be a fun rule, yeah.
Whereas if they had just not, that this maybe could have been fine. But there's also the variable that Paul thought they had, like, a lot longer. But I guess nobody actually knows how far into the future the end, like, the end point for that machine is. Because I'm assuming the end of the machine works the same way as the beginning of the machine, where you can't go past the moment the machine exists. So I'm assuming that you can't go forward beyond the machine working. So if something happens that breaks the machine, there's no telling how far into the end of time the machine breaking is.
Yeah, true.
Like, the machine could break the minute the fracture goes off, or the machine could be working just fine for, like, years, and then something fucks it up.
Because I think I remember them mentioning that, like, them thinking they had years, that's not witnessing, that's not a witness report, that's literally calculations. It's math.
Yeah.
It's literally math.
Yeah, they were making an estimation. They were like, okay, well, based on how quickly things are deteriorating now, this is how long it should take. But then all of a sudden the universe was like, no, actually, I'm breaking today, this instant.
Yeah, that's the thing, K-Avalon, because, like, K-Avalon says, Beth's journal says something about 2021. But, like, if that's when the time ends, she doesn't fucking know when it is, actually.
He used me all these years. How deep does this betrayal
run? It's at the earliest 2021.
How many more are there?
Well, 2021, I think, is the date that the time machine is, like, the furthest you can go back on the time machine, is what I think.
Yeah.
But that's just when the time machine breaks, if we're reading it correctly.
Yeah.
We don't know what breaks it or how long it takes it to break. Like, the time machine could be fully functional, God knows how long after time stops.
Yeah.
We're good. We're in the time. We're in the torment.
We're in the
time
shenanigans.
Yeah, we're in the torment nexus
I do like
of trying to reason with time travel.
I do like the tragic rule of time of literally the second you witness the future, you are now set
Yeah,
on
it's
that,
just
and like
happening
you will never
because you
able to
looked
be.
at it.
Yeah.
And you
Because
may
you
have
looked
been
at it.
better
I
off
kind of
just
love
not
that.
doing that. Just like if you didn't do it, because that's kind of like, I think that's like Will, right? Will's insistence on like, don't fucking tell me. Just don't fucking tell me what happens. I don't want to know.
Which literally might be why Jack could possibly do something that the others can't, because he did not witness nothing.
Yeah, he hasn't seen the end of time, so he doesn't like give
So
a
he's
fuck.
not set on a line. Yeah,
So
that would be really cool if that's the case.
Kind of seems like once you know what will happen, you are just kind of doomed to cause it.
Be right with you, son.
But Jack doesn't fucking know, nor does he give a shit.
He don't know shit, yeah.
I spent years living in the past, living in the safety of knowing what happens next. Years of planning, building. It's all come to this.
Yeah, he has the same thing, 2021.
Yeah, so I think that 2021 is just like the furthest the time machine goes. But they don't actually know when time stops, because it's 2016 right now, and the fracture is like, I'm killing all of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, gray area events unknown. And then this is when they know for sure that time stops.
Mm-hmm.
Solution to the fracture, earliest estimated delivery, 17 subjective years after.
Yeah, so it is what we thought of, like they know where the time stops. No, they don't know when it's when the time stops. They know that's where they were sent.
Yeah, this is, I think that this is when they were sent. But it's very possible that the time machine just has like the time machine, it would be reasonable that the time machine would be immune to the end of time, right?
Yeah.
So it's very possible that the time machine just kept keeping track of time through whatever like internal clock it has.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So they're like, okay, well, it says 2021 on the time machine, so that's what year it is now. But like, there's like this whole thing where it's like nobody fucking knows what is going on, because there's 2016, and then there's just like nebulous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. Gray area. In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire and okay, yeah. I am the symmetry of fear. I am the weight of self. Okay, Paul.
All right, Paul. Hey.
All chronoparticles cannot question the path. This is our only salvation. Symptoms getting worse. I also think his symptoms are turning him crazy. That could also be the case.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weapons vulnerability. Like, they didn't expect the lifeboat to be done until 2000, until like around here. Lifeboat entry.
They're just kind of hoping that they can.
But it's like it's like 4 years early that they're getting into the lifeboat. That they're like, we have to activate the lifeboat right now. So the lifeboat, safe to assume, considering they've been working on this timescale, the lifeboat is not done, because the final lifeboat construction was not supposed to be until 2019. So that's it's 3 years early.
Because the fucking lifeboat is the countermeasure. It's literally that. Yeah. So they don't need to finish it. It's already finished. It's William did it. That's what he did. He did the lifeboat. Or like whatever they think the lifeboat will be, because it's probably not what they think it is.
Yeah. Stutters reach.
Because no one knows what it does.
Yeah, because nobody fucking knows what. William is the only person in existence who knows what that thing is.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, it's a ball. It's a ball full of time.
It's a ball full of time, and the genius scientist said
you ordered
press
us to
the
search
button
the
when
demolished
the
lab.
time ends.
Your treatments were destroyed, but there was one left. The casing appears to be broken, but it's all we could find.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, we get to make a decision here. Do we get to decide whether or not we kill Paul right now?
One of my treatments. But it's damaged.
Interesting.
Is it safe to use?
Sir? I didn't catch that.
I mean,
or is it a trap?
Oh, he's... I think your time sickness is also making... Like, to be fair, yes, he's been set up, he's been placed in a situation...
Is that what they want? Can any of them be
Absolutely.
trusted?
He can't trust nobody at this point.
Yeah, well, I think there's like a bunch of stuff happening. There's like...
Oh, control or surrender, that's funny.
He's been kind of set up where like everyone around him is evil, as far as he's concerned. Yeah. Even though Sophia literally not. Sophia literally is like the only person who's been like, hey, maybe you should...
most loyal person ever.
Yeah, she literally was just like, I just don't want you to die, I think. That would be sweet if he didn't die. But he's like, everyone's out to get me. But
and
also,
it makes sense too, because the sickness literally apparently makes you like angry and like paranoid and shit. Like it fucks with your emotions.
Yeah. So I think also, like, on one hand, I feel like in any situation, any normal person would be like, maybe I'm getting a little paranoid. But also I think his time sickness is turning him crazy. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I think he's way worse on account of time sickness.
Yeah.
Because his, like, paranoia has escalated wildly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And then on top of that, we don't really know how reliable a narrator he is when making these decisions. Because these decisions are being made from his point of view based on what he thinks is going to happen.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is necessarily always the case.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see.
I'm not a traitor.
We're the same now. And I need your help. I can focus on the mission. The lifeboat. See it through to the end. I still have allies I can trust.
Do you?
Is that Liam?
Yeah, that's Liam, I think.
Look, you have to realize you're not going to keep me from getting a CFR.
Last chance to walk away, Joyce.
Liam Burke. He would fight to defend us. To slow Jack down. The plan could still work.
You have all betrayed me.
Are you gonna let his wife on the lifeboat?
Assured my downfall. And now, I will assure yours.
My world will be renewal. My world will see balance.
Chaos. It's falling apart. They're working against me. They're fighting each other.
You'll need to get to Serene's office. He's got direct access to the CFR. Alright?
Joyce fixes the fracture. He fixes the world. We all go home happy.
Charlie Wincott. Another weakling. A traitor siding with Jack. I can make them suffer. All of them.
I mean,
oh boy.
Okay. Okay. Alright, chat. Ones and twos.
It's time to make choices.
Ones and twos, do we get, I assume, boss battle Liam Burke or sad Charlie? That's one. I'm assuming that's the
one
decision.
is control. Yeah.
Yeah. Ones and twos. One's for control. Two's for Charlie. Let's make a supervillain. I mean, I think we're making a supervillain no matter what.
Yeah, we got 2 twos, 3 twos, 4 twos.
Oh. Twos are strong.
Twos are strong.
That's interesting. Serene stops fighting his Cronin syndrome. He loses faith in his plan and in Monarch. Serene holds on to his reason in a final effort to see his plan through. So, I feel like just like Charlie Sweep is to I had a feeling that the minute it was like Charlie gets to be a main character in the narrative, it was gonna be like, we're gonna get Charlie in here. We love Charlie even though he sucks. I feel like canonically, like if we were to go through, if I were to be like, all right, what makes the most sense? I don't see Paul just being like, I guess, fuck me, I guess. Like, I feel like he's crazy enough that he's like, no, we're just gonna I'm gonna fucking do the lifeboat, even if I explode. It's like, okay, well, that's cool. Alright, we're gonna go Charlie.
Seems like 2-1.
Yeah, Charlie wins.
Sir? Are you alright?
Who put you up to this?
Sir, you ordered us to go through Dr. Kim's lab, find what we can...
Who are you working for?
You, sir!
What the fuck?
Okay, everyone, the twos were right. This is the funniest option.
Yeah.
This guy is like, what is happening?
What were you doing?
No. Any of them. It could be any of them. I need to be careful. Bradbury swimming pool.
It's gonna be interesting to do this 28%. Really? Charlie did not win the popular vote? That's insane. I'm assuming
Most people are like, we should like try one last time.
I don't know, because like, I mean, yes, I get it, because I feel like most people have the same initial instinct as me that was like, if I were to run this canonically, like in a way that I think would be most canonically accurate, I don't think Paul would just like give up. I think he would like stand on business and be like, all right, everyone, lock in, time to lifeboat.
Yeah.
Like if I were playing this playthrough just like flat, just me and not consulting anyone, I probably would have picked, for my first run, I would have just gone with whatever felt like the most narratively accurate.
Yeah,
which
makes sense.
would have been the first choice, because that, just like Paul as a character, seems more like he would be like, all right, lock in, fuck you.
Yeah.
But I also think it's very funny to think that this was like, the option was, all right, we're picking Hatch or Charlie, but even then, I can't imagine most people picking Hatch over Charlie, because Charlie's hilarious. I can't believe the community doesn't support the Charlie sweep. Well, the community is wrong, honestly.
The community, bunch of Charlie haters out there.
Like, character consistency and narrative aside, the community is incorrect for not picking Charlie. Alright, guys, lock in. We're watching TV.
What about my treatments?
He's triggered a catastrophe. The Joyce field could collapse within 8 hours. He has the chance to fix it, but he's choosing not to. He's choosing to let things end. And this is where we come in.
I guess we also have been paranoia maxing Paul.
5 minutes out, Mr. Hatch.
Very true. We have been paranoia maxing Paul.
Like, by complete accident.
To return to the infinite. What was troubling me is who got them into Kim's lab. She paid a visit minutes before the explosion.
Sophia's loyal.
Because we've pretty much picked every option that left him with Hatch directly. Like, we picked the options that made Hatch the most important guy for him. Which I think would just, like, inherently paranoia the man.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if he's already sick in a way that makes him more paranoid and angry.
I want him apprehended immediately.
Alright. Let's hope the buffering isn't as strong this time around.
Oh, yeah.
It seems to be a little more stable than last time.
Yeah.
I think
it was
we were
pretty instant last time.
I think also last time we were doing stuff while the storms were ravaging. We're just like the storms were upon us. This time the storms aren't upon us, so we'll see if our connection to whatever streaming service this is on is stronger. Charlie supporters must have all chosen him as their very first choice. None were left for this one. Oh yeah, the Charlie supporters Charlie maxed at the beginning, so he wasn't around later. I actually don't know how the branching for the time choices in this game is gonna look.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Because this whole time I've been assuming it's just 2, but
yeah.
What if it's more? I don't know.
What if it takes into account weird combinations that you do? Yeah.
Yeah. But also we can go back and replay chapters at will.
Yeah, for sure.
So the second playthrough, or the subsequent playthroughs after that aren't full on whole ass playthroughs. You can just kind of skip around and do what you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Fair enough. We did expect Hatch to not be a normal man.
Yeah, that is true. We did expect that. Hey, Sophia. You got bad news about your boyfriend or whatever.
I need to speak with Paul.
Right this way.
Because, in every choice we've been presented where it's Hatch or literally anyone except Hatch, we've chosen Hatch every time.
You initiated it.
Yeah.
Paul, look at you. You need your treatment.
I don't need anything.
Listen to me. The time machine was different than Monarch's. It was William's original. I had a chance to examine its main board. There were key elements in its design that were blatantly different from ours. The accident, it wasn't an accident. These were the very changes that William was so agitated over. He was warning us.
Yeah, no shit. Everyone knew that.
It was him, Paul.
Yeah.
It was Martin. He wanted the fracture to happen.
Go to the lifeboat. They'll need you.
What about you, Paul?
I have to get to the swimming hall.
Paul.
Now, Sophia! Go!
Poor Sophia trying her fucking best.
She's trying so hard. Maybe next time the world will be nicer to her.
Maybe.
Hey, Charlie.
Something tells me that she fucking dies in the other version, but
yeah. She's the nicest person here. That would make her riddled with death flags.
Yeah.
Fucking amateurs. Hello, darling.
Sorry, Sophia. The only person that truly valued you was Bruce.
Oh, God! He is sexually attractive.
He is sexually attractive.
It's right under me.
Damn. I mean, expected.
There you go. Fair enough.
You owe me one.
What?
Interesting.
Charlie not a complete fucko? Question mark? I mean, he would have every right to be fuck you after the ride she took him on. He does suck, but she also,
I don't know if you can hear this.
It would be totally understandable.
Manipulation.
Yeah,
it sucks either way.
He sucks, but from his perspective, it would be totally reasonable for him to be fuck her. To hell with Fiona.
Beth, it didn't work. I'm sorry. I couldn't find the protocol.
But I guess this is also interesting, because as Paul, at the end of every act, we get a chance to change the way events play out. So there is something that can be changed.
Fiona Miller?
Yeah, it might be one of those, you know, you can change stuff in between the anchor points, but not necessarily the big events.
Speaking.
Or specifically.
Jack Joyce. Beth told me you were working together. You might be the only ally I have.
Feral man has found your location.
What happened?
Oh god.
Serene. There wasn't anything I can do, but Fiona, there is something we can do now. I need to find something Will called the countermeasure. It's 12-sided, small, metallic. Like a soccer ball.
The CFR.
The what?
The chronon field regulator. That is the countermeasure.
And it can fix the fracture.
It's so interesting because the more the series go on, the more I'm like, Serene and the others are literally kind of doing the same thing and all moving towards the same ending.
Yeah.
Like, they want the same thing technically. It's like, it's becoming more and more of like, all of you are moving towards the exact same thing, which is using that device to fix things, quote unquote. You just disagree on how to do it, I guess.
Well, because Paul doesn't think that the fracture can be fixed before it happens. So he's just like, we'll use this thing as a battery so we can find the real thing. The catering truck. Yeah. So I think turning off those lights caused the distraction so Fiona could just, like, slide on by.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, and the catering truck. Jack was found in a catering truck.
Ah, lovely.
Basement 5.
You nervous, Charlie?
Just now hoping that they fucking don't remember what the list was like before he changed it.
Nobody looked at the list.
God, and then you're the only one in the fucking hallway. It's you and two fuckos with guns.
Yes.
Not even the stutter is gonna fucking save you from that one.
Imagine if someone came down here and couldn't get in. Imagine the questions, because they're not supposed to even know that this thing exists.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I would imagine investigation immediately on like who the, like how, where did it fucking go else? Yeah.
Oh, it's not done being constructed. It's still being constructed right now.
Yeah.
They were just building a whole ass city down here.
I mean, I guess so. They're supposed to house like all of the scientists and shit for a while, so it needs to be a whole working like workshop essentially.
We need to talk. Look, I was wrong, okay? Jack Joyce, he can use the CFR to fix the fracture. We need to get it to him.
CFR is what's powering this place right now, Fiona.
But I spoke to him. I spoke to Jack Joyce, and he needs it.
Just, if you let Joyce use the CFR, then that means the lifeboat's gone. No,
that's not.
No,
that's
these
not
people down here, they can figure it out. They can fix the fracture. That's what you wanted in the first place.
These people, this is Monarch, okay? They're the ones that got us into this. Do you think they give a shit
really are.
about any of us?
Yep.
They are the ones that used the fucked up time machine, even though they were told not to use the time machine.
Yep.
Because that was the entire conflict at the beginning, was William was like, your calculations are wrong. This is gonna fuck up. This is gonna fucking explode if you use it. And they were like, you need to shut up, William, because he's scaring the investors.
Yeah.
Hello, Laura.
Hello.
We're watching TV.
What are you doing?
It's going real fast.
Jack, we know where the CFR is, but...
Jack, it's Charlie. Listen, it's at the top of the
Jack, it's
tower.
Charlie. Like,
You gotta
he
follow
knows
my
what that means.
instructions. Exactly. Jack. Jack?
Jack? Jack?
Fiona, stop.
Jack!
No. Look. That area up there is insanely secure. He's not gonna be able to get in.
Well, except that he's made of time and demons.
I need to finish this.
I know, but I'm the one that should go. The CFR defenses. There's no way he's gonna be able to get past them alone. I'm the only one. I mean, you belong down here. You actually would be useful. I'm dead weight. I'm a glorified locksmith. Why don't you let somebody else be the hero? Okay, tough chick?
Charlie, I'm confused about this
Everyone
turn
needs
you're
IT,
taking.
Charlie.
Fuck you.
I guess he stared into the possibility of the end of the world and was like, yeah, I YOLO, I guess.
That can change a person, yes.
You're an okay date.
I know.
It's like, yeah, Fiona is like an actual scientist person.
Oh god, she is. Right, she's a researcher.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused, because I was like, I'm pretty sure Beth is a researcher. No, Fiona is a researcher.
Fiona was the researcher. Beth was the random woman
like a...
that decided I'm gonna save the world.
I don't think this is helping your wife with her being like, wow, my husband is a murderer.
This is just a murderer. Okay, I'm gonna put all of that in a box.
Right?
The time has come to fight for our place in this existence. My enemies, some have shown their faces, others are still out there. And I think of all of you and an army.
She still has an active bullet wound.
Yeah, she does.
Let's get him. Fuck him up. Don't think about it, girl.
Putting it in a box. I am just putting it all in a box right now. Not thinking about it.
Hey, Charlie.
Oh, shit! Hey, no, 3 times, you
talk to me.
I know that's what it looks
Get
like.
on the ground! On the ground!
Look, I'm a coward, all right? I have to look after myself. Who else is gonna do it, huh? Well, what I'm doing right now, where I'm going, it's not about me.
You said you would get us on that list.
Yeah, I know that's what I said, but plans have changed.
Charlie!
Joyce can fix the fracture.
You're running out of words, Charlie.
Liam?
She doesn't know how much Charlie sucks.
That's what you care about, right?
Oh, God.
Right? I mean, that's what you're doing this for, huh? Huh? That's why you left everything in Monarch for your family. And for what? So you could raise your kids in a glorified basement? Because that's all the lifeboat's gonna be. I mean, Serene's lost his mind. If the lifeboat was the answer, don't you think I would be on it? Hmm? I mean, listen to this guy. He's insane.
He is. It's true. He has time sickness.
We have done this.
Hey.
Correct.
Okay. Look. Joyce fixes the fracture. He fixes the world. We all go home happy. But I have to help him. And I can't do that if you kill me.
God, Serena's like giving a speech in the background that's like, you've all tried to kill me multiple times.
Yeah.
Imagine being on the lifeboat and the guy who's this whole time has been like, Liam will be the savior of humanity is now like, I know you've all tried to murder me.
I get it. You know,
I've trapped you in my death box.
Whatever.
An army with the power to prove.
Oh, he looks unwell too.
Oh yeah, he's full of. He is like irradiating to death as we speak.
You gonna go do a stupid, Fiona?
God, she loves to do the stupid.
CFR to me.
Oh, Laura. I don't know what's the matter. That's a normal man taking normal steps to take normal care of his wife. That's true.
Uh-oh.
Niko. She must be sick of this.
Liam.
Drop it.
Fair enough. Honestly, probably the smartest move.
Honestly,
from
yeah.
Hatch.
Open it.
I can't do that.
Understand something, Charlie. This world, you know, this world is at its end. But one world's end is merely another's beginning, and my world will be renewal. My world will see balance.
What does that mean, Hatch?
Oh my god, is he like from a timeline where all this needs to happen?
Maybe? It's really... Like, I don't think he's from this timeline. I don't think he's supposed to exist here.
No. I wonder if he's from after the world end. And they do go in the lifeboat and they do manage to, or like something happens that thing that they do get like time or something to have humanity prevail in some way.
I think he's from the end of time.
Yeah.
I just don't know what that necessarily means.
Yeah. Girl, that's multiple bullet wounds. I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you can save her.
I knew it was selfish.
I feel like he either gets his ass kicked here, or the other option was he fights Jack, and he dies, right? Like,
he dies both ways. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think you go toe to toe with Jack and come out the other end.
I'd give anything for that.
She has no idea what's going on.
Nope.
Liam would have to kill Jack to win, and Jack isn't exactly killable. This is true. Oh.
Trap him in there? Yep.
Yeah, it seems to be the play. Oh!
Oh.
What?
All right.
Is that... Because we know that doesn't kill you if you're Jack, I guess, at least.
Burke! Burke?
Yep.
Let's try this again.
Oh, damn. Alright.
Oh, Charlie's just a little man. His bones aren't that strong.
Oh, he came from, like, somewhere else, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird.
Well, because I think he's, like, somehow some kind of stabilized shifter, maybe? There's something fucked up with him. Because we know he's taking eye drops with Cronin particles in them.
Oh, guns don't work.
Yeah, I think he's like a shifter, like, that's stabilized, right? Because in order to kill a shifter, you have to, like, kill every instance of them that's all floating around inside of one person. Right?
Oh, so there's many hatches! Oh,
yeah,
fuck!
So there's, like, 1 million of them.
Oh, no! Oh, that makes so much sense.
Like, he might be, that's what he might be talking about when he says my world is balance, is he's just, like, I think if he is a shifter and they hate movement, he might actually just, like, want the world to stop.
Hate the world. Yeah. A world for him and his. Yeah, no, that makes so much sense.
Shit.
Because we don't know what the shifters are when time is active.
Come on.
Yeah.
It won't turn off.
Because we don't see them.
Yeah, we don't even know where they come from.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't know how they
But maybe,
exist.
yeah. Maybe they were always there, but just like desynced or something.
Like imperceptible because time was moving?
Yeah.
Take it. It's stutter proof.
What
I have to help Jack Joyce.
This lady has no fucking idea what's going on.
Hey, come here.
Yep.
What's your name?
Emily.
What's your name?
Emily what? Burke?
Emily Burke.
Okay. I'm putting your name on the list for the lifeboat. Look, you gotta go take the elevator all the way down. You'll know when you see it.
Yeah.
All right?
I got it.
Once you get down there, I want you to find Fiona.
The timing for the subtitles has always been a tiny bit wonky.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
Like, not just in the show, but like in the whole game.
It's a weird place. Nah. There's always gonna need people like her to help understand it. And then I'm gonna help make it right. Help keep it going. Tell her.
People are gonna see her come down like
Covered in blood.
Finally feel connected.
I guess that actually does explain Charlie's turn, because this whole time he's just kind of been functioning on his own and being kind of a shitheel. But then he, like, actually had to get his hands dirty with other people. And now he's like, oh, okay. Actually, other people matter.
I get it.
Like,
I get it now.
I get why you would want to fight for other people after I have fought with other people. Like, I get it now. I understand. Protecting, like, maybe actually standing together with people is more important than saving my own ass.
Yeah.
I see. I understand the Charlie shift. I get it now.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, Emily having a terrible time. Just having the worst time. She has no fucking idea what's going on.
Didn't deserve any of this. Literally, the only mistake she ever made was marrying the Terminator.
Yep. And she
Time
didn't
was
know.
broken. Working out of sync. The city was in a state of chaos.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
A lot of things have happened.
The end of time was closing in.
And you still believed you could fix it?
Oh, it's a
solution
train
was
that
inside
sped
Monarch
too much, and so it
countermeasure.
Yeah, so now it's
The CFR as Monarch.
That makes sense.
The key to the lifeboat protocol. Monarch's survival plan. But that didn't seem to matter to you.
I had a better plan.
I had a better plan. What plan, Jack?
What plan
is
you want to
that, Jack?
share your plan with the class, Jack?
You share your plan, Jack? Your absolute lack of plan that you don't have?
His plan was, I guess I'll die.
Yeah,
like, as far as I can tell.
Sure was.
His plan was, if we don't fix it, guess I'll die.
Yeah.
That's what his plan was. Okay. We're up on 3 hours. And so I think...
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely entering ordeal time. Because once we start this, there's not going to be a moment. Like, this is, we're running through to the end of of timeline 1.
Yeah.
So we're gonna call it here, and then next week will be timeline completion.
Yeah.
And we'll see
Finale
how it goes.
Question mark?
Finale
Yeah.
question mark? Yeah, and then we'll see how it goes. Then after that, it'll probably be fucking around in the timeline to see what we get.
This game flew by. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's been a good time though.
There's
It's been a real good time.
because it's been like, I think, an act per stream. So like the acts are pretty decently, like they're a good chunk. They're a good size, I think. And then there's also the potentially the deceptive hugeness of we have to of going back
like making the different choices and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
and figuring out
We'll
what the different
see.
choices are. So we're gonna figure out
I guess
what
you
that
could go back a
is.
lot to like get weird combinations
Yeah.
of scenarios and stuff. Yeah.
Well, because this whole time I've been functioning under the assumption that since Paul only presents you with 2 options, that there's like a grand total, that there's 2 playthroughs, right? Like you run through once and they have all, and you get those options and you run through again. And there are the other Paul options. But I'm not sure anymore if that's true.
Yeah.
But because
Imagine if they do a fucking thing where it's like, oh, I see you have witnessed all of the possible scenarios. Third ending, fuck you.
Yeah, secret third ending. And then I know that it seems like there are also certain collectibles throughout the stages that are available based on the timeline, because there's
Oh, that's funny.
there are the ones that we found where he taught, like, especially like in the first chapter when they talk about Amy, or in the second act when they talk about Amy, but as far as I can tell, one of the options literally kills her.
Yeah.
So those correspondences are going to be different, right? Like there's like that's just like a whole like minor plot thread that's going to be totally different because Amy just isn't there. And then after you save her, she remains like semi-present for the entire game after that.
She sure does. It's like even a second playthrough is going to be way different just in general.
Yeah, because Amy remains present. She stays at the pool house, and like you don't see her 100% of the time, but she's like always there.
Yeah.
And she's like doing stuff. She's not like super important, but she's also like she's not so important that it's like, okay, well, Amy is like a main character of the game because she's not. But also, if you removed her, things would change.
It would change a lot. It would be Charlie in her place, I think.
It would either be Charlie or nobody.
Or nobody, yeah.
And
which is
Amy
interesting.
does do things that
She
are
does stuff.
helpful.
Yeah, she absolutely does.
She like finds information and she does stuff and she like she's like a member. She's like an active participant in this story.
Yeah, no, she is. They did a good job considering that. This makes me legit so curious about the second playthrough. I'm just like, I wonder how much it changes.
So we are there is, I think, at least a second like semi playthrough because you can move around in the chapters and replay them as you please.
Yeah.
So that means I suspect we do not have to do a full straight on playthrough, but like I feel like we might have to do at least 2 full runs. And then after that it's just like dicking around.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Because the Amy choice itself, like she's present through the whole game, so there's no telling what actual difference she makes.
Yeah.
Questions? Hold on. Let me see something.
I am so curious about the TV show. Like legit.
The TV show changes significantly because the TV show is like based on the choices.
But like
that
how
we
it
make
was like
as
aired, right? Like originally. I'm just like how did they just choose a timeline?
What's the canonical TV show, I suppose, is the question.
They would have to. You can't just release all the fucking episodes and be like, figure it out, audience.
Because, like, I assume that there is... Considering that this game was intended to be, like, the kickoff for the universe, but then it got trapped in Microsoft Hell.
Yeah.
I assume that there has to be, if they intended to continue this specific timeline or story, that there has to be, like, a canonical ending?
A canonical one, yeah. Oh, Albert brings a good point of, like, maybe it was the most picked choices.
Maybe? That could be the case, especially since this game is older. Like, the people playing it now would, like, kind of, like, know what is going on.
What the dealio is.
Yeah. Let me see something.
Apparently, Microsoft was the one who wanted the junctions. Okay, the choices and stuff.
Interesting.
Okay, so Remedy had their own canon timeline in mind.
Yeah. So
gotcha. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, I guess that there would have to be.
Yeah.
Especially if they wanted to like run a through line, like there would be like, especially like with all games that have multiple endings, like that would have multiple endings. There would be like the possible endings, and then like the canonical, like the real
and
one,
then the true ending. Yeah.
Discovered 81% game completion, so that's probably this chunk here. I think we're looking at least 2 playthroughs.
Yeah, that would make sense to me.
At least 2 like full runs, and then after that it would just be fucking around to find stuff.
Which again, like so far, honestly, I don't mind it as much. Like it's so breakneck, like
Yeah, it's a very
pacing the whole
fast
time.
game.
It is going to be very different, like from the get-go. So I think it's going to be a very easy to swallow second playthrough.
The
Honestly,
second run is gonna be pretty fast, and then especially like even Alan Wake, which is a considerably much slower game, the second playthrough wasn't like.
Yeah, it was like fine. Yeah.
Wasn't that bad, and then also we can skip chapters because I'm pretty sure if I were to go here and take a different choice, it would either create a branch or just like reset everything from there? Question mark. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out next time. Replays will be much faster since you won't be reading Time Knife. That's true. I won't be reading Time Knife. I will not have to read Time Knife, and we can.
It is also what made the second Alan Wake playthrough much faster than the first one.
Yeah, because I didn't have to like lore hunt or anything. In this one, in the second playthrough of this game, like reading stuff is what adds a lot of the time. Let's be real.
Yep.
But this one, I think. I'm not gonna be lore hunting. The only thing I would really be looking for is like if anything is different. Which we're gonna see. I'm going to hope that the game will point out to me different things.
We're gonna fucking gaslight ourselves again.
We're gonna gaslight ourselves again. Well, except this time we're not going to come back to it like fucking months later when we've both forgotten the entire game. Because I want to do this real fast. I'm gonna finish this. Confirm even if a second playthrough is needed? Question mark. Because I'm even not sure if like a full second playthrough is needed or if I can just like jump around to the chapters. And then after that, I'm gonna play South of Midnight and no one can stop me. We're gonna do South of Midnight on the Stabbiness channel, and I'll fight anyone who doesn't want to. Sorry, kids. Well, because we'll be out of Remedy games until Firebreak comes out.
Yeah. Until Firebreak happens, yeah. Then we need to find a third person.
Yeah, then we need to find a third person. Then we'll have to find a third person, and we're gonna make them listen to us talk about Control while they try to concentrate on killing stuff. How about the Control DLC?
We already did that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Unless there is a secret DLC. Oh, unless you're talking about the new release, they just made there's like a mission that was PS5 exclusive. That is now open. I don't know if I'm gonna stream that though, because it's just like one mission. It's not even like.
Might not be enough for a stream, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a single mission.
I've heard of South of Midnight, but I've not seen anything too much of it.
It looks hype. It's like
looks weird, which is nice. I do like that.
It's like inspired by stop motion, and it's also like
oh wow.
Gothic folklore, like Gothic Americana folklore, like Southern folklore.
Oh, interesting.
It's like Gothic Southern folklore, which is hype.
That's cool.
Hype as hell.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm pretty excited for that. So that's the next thing we're gonna do.
Lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I'll look at that mission, but it's only one mission. It's not even like a full DLC. So if it's just like one side mission, I'm probably not gonna bother streaming it because I don't think it'll be enough for like a full stream. Anyway, next time, complete first run, speed through second run. And then South of Midnight. That's the Niko streams plan.
Nice. Exciting.
And until then, good night, everybody.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.